I do have some entertainment stories that I will share with you this morning. We'll start with this one. Sydney Sweeney was reportedly seen climbing the Hollywood sign to hang a clothesline of bras for a promo shoot tied to her lingerie line, Siren. TMZ got their hands on video of the moment, which has raised a few eyebrows with people wondering if the actress is going to get into trouble for her stunt. She reportedly had a permit to film the sign, but did not have permission to touch or climb it. An email from the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce, seen by TMZ, states the production did not seek approval to use images of the sign for commercial purposes.
You know, it's been years since I've been there. Actually, can go up to the sign. The last time I was there, you could actually go right up to it. Is it now gated in or fenced in at the base?
I always thought that it was, but Steve, I have no idea. But apparently, you need some type of permission to
hang your bras.
To go up there and hang your unmentionables.
I support this, Preston.
The Hollywood,
your pantaloons,
the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce, your bloomers,
your bloomers. Is that a woman's bloomers?
The Hollywood Chamber of Commerce also.
You get out of here with that filth.
Shared with TMZ that they are still investigating how. And under what authority, if any, the Sweeney production accessed the site of the sign, or how they did.
The Monroe Doctrine allows her to.
That's right. The actress doesn't appear to be sweating it, posting a video of her adventure on social media, seemingly promoting her new lingerie line.
Did you see the Euphoria clips of?
No.
She is an OnlyFans model this season, apparently.
Okay.
Holy hell.
And they're pushing the boundaries a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right, let me see what else I want to share with you. Okay. Haven't talked about Kanye West in a long, long time. He publicly apologized yesterday for his history of reckless anti-Semitic comments, attributing his behavior to an undiagnosed brain injury and mental health issues.
I apologize to anyone who's been offended by my fictional creations, Chrysagon, the philosopher of evil, and the skull seal.
I have no doubt he and Chrysagon have regular conversations together.
Yeah,
So,
in fact, they golf.
in a full-page advertisement in the Wall Street Journal titled, "To Those I've Hurt," he said in part, "I am not a Nazi or an anti-Semite. I love Jewish people." In recent years, he made various anti-Semitic and racist statements. In a series of posts in February, for example, he declared that he was a Nazi and he praised Adolf Hitler.
So that's what you call a 180.
In the advertisement published on Monday, he said, "I regret and am deeply mortified by my actions in that state and am committed to accountability, treatment, and meaningful change." He wrote that the right frontal lobe of his brain was injured in a car accident 25 years ago. He said it wasn't properly diagnosed until 2023. The medical oversight caused serious damage to my mental health and led to my bipolar type 1 diagnosis. I lost touch with reality, he wrote, adding that he became detached from my true self. In that fractured state, I gravitated towards the most destructive symbol I could find, the swastika, and even sold T-shirts bearing it. He wrote that he fell into a 4-month-long manic episode of psychotic, paranoid, and impulsive behavior in early 2025. He then said he, quote, hit rock bottom a few months ago, and at the encouragement of his wife, Bianca Sensori, sought out help. He said that he found a new baseline and new center through an effective regime of medication, therapy, exercise, and clean living. He said, "I'm not asking for sympathy or a free pass, though I aspire to earn your forgiveness." He is set to release a new album on Friday, by the way.
Okay.
He said, "I write today to simply ask for your patience and understanding as I find my way home."
So that's comprehensive, and I can wrap my mind around that. I still can't explain poopity scoop.
Listen, if this is legit and he really has these problems, I hope that he gets the help that he needs and gets straightened out. He has been reprehensible.
Yeah.
And it's hard to forgive something like that. Even when someone has a condition and they've confronted it, trust has to be earned back. It takes a long time. You don't just all of a sudden say, "Hey, well, there's a free pass." Because
and he acknowledges
who
that.
knows whether or not he's lying about this. I don't know. So it's trust has to be regained.
It's funny because a little bit of that ports over to people who have Tourette's. And I was reading, there's this, Rochelle watched that Balin?
Yeah, Balin Out Loud. It's great. I watch it from time to time.
Right. So despite people having Tourette's and saying, I have Tourette's, when they blurt out things, sometimes it's still hard for people to go, well,
Yes.
they have Tourette's. It's like, really?
Yeah.
So there's always that. And that's sort of like this. The proof will be in the amount of time that passes and what he does. Right?
Exactly. That's it.
Yeah.
So you have to, like I said, you got to earn it, and it takes time to earn things like that. He has previously apologized, by the way, for his anti-Semitic comments.
I apologize.
In December 2023, an Instagram post, he wrote in Hebrew, in part, "It was not my intention to offend or demean, and I deeply regret any pain that I may have caused." So that was in 2023, and then he flipped it around after that. But he then doubled down in his February tirade of last year, saying in part, "I'm never apologizing for my Jewish comments." So,
Well, if you're bipolar, that would kind of fit, right?
maybe.
Yeah.
Yep. So we'll see. We'll follow along. Ellen DeGeneres may be living in England, but she still has unfinished business in California. The disgraced daytime host is fighting back a lawsuit from last September, accusing her of negligence for allegedly crashing her vehicle into a woman's Tesla back in 2023. The alleged victim claims that she suffered injuries and insists that she had legal documents served to Ellen. And now Ellen's team is saying that she never got the paperwork. In documents obtained by Us Weekly, it was made clear that the alleged victim had the legal documents handed over to an employee/security guard at Neumann and Associates, a business management firm. The firm shut down any ideas that they worked closely enough to DeGeneres to pass the documents along, noting that they are, quote, not Ms. DeGeneres' dwelling house, usual place of abode, or usual place of business. So the firm's only ties to Ellen is that their founder, Harley Newman, is on the board of directors for the Ellen DeGeneres Wildlife Fund. The comedian's response to the lawsuit and improper delivery of court documents argued it should be reasonably apparent to anyone, especially a process server, that a security guard at a 20-story building is not in charge of a business on the 5th floor of that building.
I wonder how that shakes out. Who, in a pecking order of acceptable receivers of a subpoena, summons or whatever,
notice,
who can accept it?
Yeah. I would assume it's just you.
It should be just you, right?
So
I think it's just the person named.
Yeah, the person named.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
They served Eddie Griffin on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
before
right.
his stand-up.
Yeah. That's happened
he's like,
a
what is
couple
that?
times.
Yeah. So, all right. Other legal stories. While Timothy Busfield prepares to battle very serious sexual assault allegations leveled against him by two preteen actors he directed back in 2022, his wife, Melissa Gilbert, has stood by his side. And yesterday, she used her lifestyle company's Instagram to address fans. She said, "I'm sending you all my love and gratitude during this extraordinarily difficult time, not only for Tim, me, and our family, but in the collective heaviness so many of us seem to be carrying right now. Thank you truly for the love, patience, and support you continue to show Tim and me. Thank you for helping me to feel safer, more grounded, and deeply held by this extraordinary community of women here at Modern Prairie. I'll be easing back into things thoughtfully and with care, moving forward one step at a time. More to come, and so much gratitude, always, Melissa." So that's the first time she's actually really said anything publicly.
I'm just excited that Modern Prairie isn't going away.
How about that?
Because that's really where I get all my stuff.
And it shows.
Yeah.
It really does.
I'm a
And you don't-
cowgirl.
You don't want to lose that.
I'm a prairie girl.
Let me see. Nearly 2 months after reportedly being found overdosed on a Los Angeles street, comedian Andy Dick reports that he's already out of rehab. Speaking to TMZ, the 60-year-old said that he relocated to a sober living facility near Beverly Hills amid his recovery, and that he's taking things one day at a time and staying focused on sobriety.
On the downside, he took all of Kanye's Nazi stuff, and now he's a Nazi.
Oh, my God.
It just never ends.
Dick was found by friends on December 9th, seemingly unconscious on an L.A. street. After initially saying that he refused to go to rehab, he relented days later and now says that he is working on the next phase of his life.
It blows your mind to think you could be walking down any alleyway at this time, walk down an alley and just see Dick.
Yeah, just Dick out on the street, passed out.
Absolutely.
Never know.
Just laying there limp.
All right, this is wild, man. Guy Fieri opened up about the dramatic transformation that fans are going to see in his upcoming Super Bowl commercial for Bosch, a campaign that required him to hide his signature goatee, ditch the spiky blonde hair, and step into the role of someone he calls just a guy. Have you guys seen? You've seen it, Steve.
Yeah. It's wild.
It's really
busted
him.
Out laughing. Yeah.
It is really him, and you never, ever would guess by looking at his transformation that that's him. Essentially, he shaved everything off, and he's got a normal, standard guy haircut. It's a wig, actually, that he's got on. But you could hold that side by side, and I still don't see it side by side.
Right?
Yeah, and they had to swear, and I believe them that it wasn't AI.
It's not.
Yeah.
So the campaign, which Bosch spent months developing, features 2 versions of Guy, the larger-than-life personality audiences know, and a buttoned-up, clean-cut alter ego, so convincing even his own family was thrown off. He said, I sent a picture of it to my mom, and she said, who's that? She said, it really looks a lot like you, but I know it's not you. And I said, Mom, that's me. The transformation was teased publicly for the first time on Thursday, January 22nd, which is Guy's 58th birthday, when he shared a short Instagram video debuting the conservative new look. In the clip, he spots a checkered button-down shirt, khaki trousers, and neatly parted brown hair, a stark contrast from his trademark Flavortown style. And he captioned the post, "New year, new guy, new look," and fans were quick to share their remarks about the toned-down change. And, of course, a lot of AI accusations. However, a spokesperson from Bosch confirmed that artificial intelligence was not at play. His birthday post is not AI, they said. The video was shot with Guy himself, and the Just a Guy transformation was achieved using high-end post-production visual effects. So they did use some effects.
They did, yeah.
But it was not, where you just punch in an AI thing. Yeah. So while the post caught fans off guard, Guy said the reveal was carefully timed and intentionally playful, a preview of what's to come when the full ad runs on the Super Bowl. And the production itself, he said, was unlike anything he's ever done before, spanning 2 intense days of filming with multiple sets, cameras, and CGI elements layered throughout. He said it was the craziest 24 to 36 hours of my filming career. We shot it like a movie. Nothing was spared. And he's fully becoming Just a Guy required a lot more than swapping outfits. He said the wig alone took 2 hours to apply each day. He said, when you see the picture, you're either going to want to buy a life insurance policy with me or go out to bingo.
He really does look like an insurance salesman.
Yeah, totally. So that'll be coming out. It'll be one of the ads. This is one of the first of the teases I've seen trickle in about the ads so far. But this one looks pretty good.
You just blew my mind with the idea of, what is the difference between CGI and AI?
Yeah.
Well,
for especially a younger generation that didn't grow up
exactly
with CGI, they only know AI.
Do you know
what's the difference?
The funniest aspect of that, Marissa, if you stop and think about it, and it's been brought up a number of times, the new Moana is the new live-action Moana. But 90% of what you're seeing is CGI in the background of live actors.
Right.
That's the only difference. So where is the difference?
Yep. All right, as the fandom for Heated Rivalry continues to level up, Crave, the Canadian streaming home for the series, has hinted that something special may be on the horizon for fans of the series. With season 2 not due for some time, Bell Media, which owns Crave, the vice president of content, Justin Stockman, teased that perhaps something may happen between seasons. He said, we're going to see what's feasible. If Jacob Tierney, the creator, can find a way to make the source material work in a way that gets us something sooner or something special, I'm sure he will. Meaning that they might come up with a single episode between the seasons to kind of tie things over.
Non-watcher of the show, I am incredibly excited.
But I mean, it's the hottest thing on TV right now. So I haven't watched any of it either. Some of my kids are watching it. But Stockman said that season 2 would not be arriving before the holidays, so a standalone episode beforehand would hopefully tide fans over a little bit. So.
I like the idea of listen.
I do. Yep.
The standalone episode. Yeah. They're basically bitch slapping us pop culture here, Preston, because we got comfortable with the 6-7 episode season. Yeah. And then you have the Pit, which has 8 or 10 episodes or more, and you're like, well, maybe I do want more episodes if it's a show I like, you know?
That's why I was at first when Stranger Things for the final season, they came out with that format of doing, 3 episodes here, 2 there, and then 1, and do it over holidays. I'm like, I don't know how that works. I loved it. I thought it was great. It gave me just enough.
Right.
And not that really long span of time to wait for more stuff.
Wednesday did it.
Yeah, Wednesday did it too. Yep, exactly. All right, so let me see. We got time for a couple more? Yeah. How about this one? The World of the Handmaid's Tale continues in the sequel series, The Testaments. Hulu has announced that The Testaments will premiere on April 8th with the debut of the first 3 episodes and new episodes dropping weekly after that.
So they're saying think of The Handmaid's Tale with That Thing You Do. Oh. It's the same. Yeah.
So they're a band?
They're a band, The Handmaids,
wow.
and they catch on.
I love that. That's a great idea. So the series stars Chase Infinity and Lucy Halliday. I looked at the rest of the cast. The one returning member is actress Ann Dowd. She plays Aunt Lydia.
Yeah.
Pretty intense character, so that should be pretty good.
I completely forgot about that series. I didn't watch it last season. Did you watch it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I was all about that. Was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta go back and watch it.
Yeah, go back and watch it. Check it out. So, Leonardo DiCaprio famously portrayed Jordan Belfort in The Wolf of Wall Street, and a new Paramount Plus docuseries, The Real Wolf of Wall Street, claims the true story is even darker and more debauched than previously known. The 3-part series is currently in production, will premiere later this year. Will feature never-before-heard insider interviews, new footage, and 15,000 unreleased government documents. Belfort is not involved in the project. The doc revisits how he ran the pump-and-dump scheme at Stratton Oakmont before pleading guilty to securities fraud and money laundering.
Have you ever pumped and dumped? It's where you go to the bathroom and you rub one out?
Actually, it's what women do.
I know.
Breastfeeding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm hip.
it revisits how he ran that and also how he defrauded the investors. He pled guilty in 1999 to securities fraud and money laundering and ended up serving 22 months in prison.
So they're supposedly opening up a Great Wolf of Wall Street Lodge.
Oh, my God.
Which is a combination.
Okay, now I would go to that.
Yeah.
Me too.
I would
That's where I would
definitely-
hang out.
Yeah. All right, and then one last story. It involves Leo as well. The Revenant is celebrating its 10-year anniversary by coming back to theaters. IMAX will screen the movie from February 26th to March 1st.
Some people are very divided on that film. To me, it just is so. It has such an authentic feel to it. You feel the cold.
Oh, yeah.
You feel the desolation. The fire, the way it was filmed. It just rings. There's a scene where they're walking along and it was real. It happened. There's sort of an avalanche that occurs in the mountains behind them, and it's like. It just has that, you're here.
It is some of the most stunning cinematography
Yeah.
I've ever seen.
It's amazing.
I didn't love the movie, though.
Right.
It's dark. It's gritty. It's if you're into that, you will be way into this movie. But it was, it was depressing and hard.
I hear you. It's not everybody's cup of tea.
And long.
Yeah.
It was long, too. But visually, wow. That on IMAX, it's going to look amazing.
Originally, talk about the dour nature of the movie. They had flirted with the notion of including a mechanical owl named Bubo. But
I wonder why they wrote that out.
that compromised the reality they felt.
All right, so it stars Leonardo DiCaprio and Tom Hardy. The film grossed over $532 million worldwide, won 3 Academy Awards. In the movie, Leo plays a survivor of a brutal bear attack in 1823. That scene's incredible.
It's unbelievable.
Left for dead after his son is murdered, who must trek through the wilderness. Driven by grief and vengeance to hunt down the man who betrayed him. A commemorative book, The Making of the Revenant, is also set to be released, offering behind-the-scenes insight into the film's famously brutal production.
There was a first cinematic telling of that story with Richard Harris. It's a movie called Man in the Wilderness.
Yeah.
It is a great movie.
Yeah.
So if you want a short version of that same story, Man in the Wilderness.
Cool. All right, clips now. Best Medicine follows a brilliant but antisocial Boston surgeon who relocates to a quaint East Coast fishing village. And here, Josh Segura explains his character's method to get over heartbreak.
I think Mark is looking in the mirror every morning telling himself, let's go hot guy summer. There's a very fun reveal where I think all the available women in town are lining up that he has hung out with. So I believe he is trying his best to get over the love of his life.
Really?
Yeah. So new episodes of Best Medicine air tonight, 8 p.m. on Fox. Here's our next clip. Marvel's latest outing, Wonder Man, finds 2 struggling actors trying to earn roles in an upcoming remake of the in-universe film. And here, Ben Kingsley discusses the evolution of his character in the MCU.
He is, in fact, quite a good actor, but he fell among thieves, fell amongst the drug and alcohol hole. He's determined to recover from his past and fulfill his mother's ambition, because his mother always believed he would be a great contribution to the world of theatre and acting.
Really?
Yeah. crazy they're going to revisit that character. I loved him so much.
The word is this may be the best thing, and that you set the bar low,
Right.
but that this is a legitimately really good, not Marvel classic funny quippy, but a funny series.
Really?
And
All right.
with great performances, and it's basically a buddy movie between him and that character that we love.
Yeah.
And I forget the gentleman's name. He's a great actor. Well, anyway.
Who did he play?
God.
Was he in the MCU?
Not yet. No,
Another guy.
This will be his first. Yeah,
All right.
and I'm failing because I can't remember his name.
And I can't remember.
There it is.
I can't remember Ben Kingsley's character's name.
So
Trevor Slattery.
it's
Yeah.
yes.
But who was he supposed to be?
Oh.
the
Hold on.
the
Hang on.
Ten
Ryan's got it. Ryan's got it.
He is supposed to be the Mandarin.
The Mandarin. I was thinking Mandalorian. I'm like, I know that's wrong. I'll get my ass kicked for that one. The Mandarin. Yeah, such a great character. All episodes of Wonder Man are streaming now on Disney Plus. So if you
Oh,
wanna
it
check
premiered
out-
already.
It's there.
Ah, son of a bitch.
Tis available. So
I
you
have too much to do.
check that out. All right, and there's your entertainment report. All said and done for. We are going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to reveal the next category for the WMM Emmys. You may have missed out on what all that was because we revealed it yesterday, and yesterday was kind of a low travel day if you did not know. So we'll get you the info and tell you what you need to do. Trust me, you're going to want to help out with this. We'll be back in just a moment, so stay with us.
Preston.
And if you've been looking for a nice body of work and you've never dove into the Coheed and Cambria catalog, it's all there for you.
Sitting right
There's
there,
a
ready.
story waiting
Yeah.
to be had.
It's if you're a
be
fan.
entertained.
They're talking to John Anderson from Yes,
Yeah, we
and
just
that-
had him on last
talking
week.
about it's there. If you say they don't make it anymore, they do, and you, the guys that are doing it. So it's awesome.
And Josh has removed his tambourine from his foot. Just
It's
now.
hard to jog with that
The
on.
gig's over, man. Taking it off. You guys are awesome. We love you. Thank you so much for coming by this morning. Wonderful to have you. Let's hear it for Coheed and Cambria, Josh, Zach, Travis, and Claudio. We will take a break and we'll be right back. Make sure you stay with us. Kath, so I don't know if we should do a weekly segment or not, but Casey's Adventures could certainly be one of those.
We could call it DDIY. Don't do it yourself.
Don't do it yourself.
My adventures with home improvements.
What was the last one?
There was a ceiling fan on the front porch.
The ceiling fan.
The door wouldn't open because it was actually colliding with the blades of the ceiling fan.
Yeah, so that was that. That was last week.
Yeah, and by the way, shout out to the two gentlemen who live on my street. They were walking down to the beach yesterday, and they're like, "Oh, is that the ceiling fan that you put up?" I'm like, "Yes, it is." As a matter of fact, only took me 2 tries.
So, new adventure this weekend. And listen, one that I think other people can sympathize with.
That's why we
because-
opted to go with this, right?
Yeah. So
I certainly have a passion when it comes to this particular topic.
Yeah.
Well, I'd rather hear from you and your passion than me go into the entire saga, the 2-day saga that this was.
Well, just give us a thumbnail.
I
and
will
we'll
give you
build
a
from
thumbnail.
there.
So I'll just how everything started was
You were trying to mount a beached whale.
Saturday morning. My wife was making bacon, and she took the bacon out of the oven, and it set off the fire alarms,
Right.
the
Smoke
smoke
alarm.
alarms, smoke alarms. And they're hardwired, so when one goes off, every single one in the house goes off.
Right.
Until you clear the initial
Right.
smoke alarm. So the smoke alarm went off. It triggered everything else. Everything went off, and then as soon as all the alarms went off, the smoke detector started chirping. All right, so it's a smoke detector. I believe it was a smoke and
Carbon
monoxide detector.
Right.
So it starts chirping. The thing is, when it chirps, there are a few different things that chirps could mean. So it was a 5 chirper, right? So it would go beep, 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 beep. I think that was 5.
That was. I was counting.
Thank you. What that indicates is that's the end of life for the smoke detector.
for the
No,
unit itself.
For the unit
Not
itself. Not me.
You have all been terminated. You have all been terminated. You have all been terminated.
Beep 5 times, please.
Yeah. And
Machine gun defense unit activated.
this was Saturday morning. Beep, 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 beep.
Right.
Okay. Well, so my buddy's an electrician. I asked him what I should do. He said, replace them all, right? So I'm now at Lowe's.
You're going to replace the physical units.
We're going to replace the physical units. Now, this also does require turning circuits off and using electricity. I'm not comfortable with it, but I had just replaced the ceiling fan the week before. I felt confident that I was not going to electrocute
You're a master
myself.
craftsman.
I'm getting there, Steve, right? You know, I'm an apprentice at this point. All right, long story short. 7 smoke detectors later. 7 and 2 days of changing smoke detectors, interchanging smoke detectors, taking smoke detectors down, almost 48 hours of this because it was chirping the entire time. It chirped all day Saturday, all night Saturday night.
It will drive you flat out of your effing mind.
I was constantly on the phone texting with my friend Phil, who is an electrician.
And you appreciate the service that it provides.
Yes.
It is a life-saving device. We've seen in the news situations where places without, you've had loss of life. So you understand the importance of it. Doesn't diminish how goddamn annoying it can be when it's chirping away and you're trying to get it to stop.
And when I had taken the initial alarm detector off, when that stopped chirping, when that was unplugged, the one in the back room started chirping, okay? When I took them both down, the one in the spare bedroom started chirping. Beep, 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 okay? So I'm like, I took them all down. And then my last final ditch was to
replace the fan.
I called Rodney. Who is
the man.
An engineer.
Yeah.
He's not only an engineer, but he's also a firefighter.
Yeah.
He said, my electrician friend, he goes, I think it's a wiring issue. I'm like, how can a wiring issue just happen out of nowhere?
Yeah.
Right? So my last final ditch effort, if this thing did not work, what I was going to do is I was going to take all of the smoke detectors off of the ceiling, cap the wires, and just use battery-operated, not hardwired smoke detectors because I can't take the chirping anymore.
Okay.
So.
Oh, well, okay, because I'll have an observation when you know this about battery-operated.
Right. So Rodney recommended that I turn the circuit off, that I pull all of the batteries, the spare batteries out of the smoke detectors, turn the circuit back on, okay? And then put the batteries back in. Okay,
so what happened?
So I turned the circuit off, still chirping. Start taking batteries off, still chirping. Okay. I turned the circuit back on, put the batteries in, everything's still chirping, and I'm like, well, screw it. I said, I'm done now. I'm absolutely done. So then, one by one, I take the one smoke detector out in the kitchen. I take the one smoke detector out in the spare in the back room. I take the one smoke detector off in the bedroom. And then the one in the hallway, and I have them all in a box, and I'm getting ready, and I just hear beep, 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 beep. Now, I hear the beep, 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 beep coming from the back room.
Right.
Okay. I go, and I'm looking in this back room for a smoke detector, right?
I would love to have seen the look on your face.
I'm like, I took.
You have all the smoke detectors in boxes.
In the box.
Yeah.
There is where is this thing coming
the smoke
from?
detector's in the house. Get out.
I'm standing in the doorway, and I hear beep, 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 beep. And I look down, and it was the carbon monoxide detector that was plugged into the wall the entire time, and it was never, ever, for 2 days straight, never was the chirping ever coming from the smoke detector.
Oh, my God.
Okay? So you have to understand, when these things chirp.
All right.
They all sound the same. Yeah.
They all sound the same, but I guess the frequency of what it sounds like you're in the room.
So we have an old house, a Victorian farm. It has countless. So there's our main level, the second level, and the third level, which is basically a bedroom. The third level, and then the basement. You're right. So right that when that frequency, it ricochets all over the house. There have been countless times where I'm standing there with the step ladder and I have a case of batteries just standing like I'm hunting African game.
Right.
And then you are sure, and it takes forever. Why don't they include a blinking light on the one that is chirping? We have the Nest system, which is very good. Mind you, no complaints. It updates. It does this whole thing. It also has a thing where if you're walking down the hall and you get in proximity, a little bit of light shines down from it to illuminate your way.
Right.
At night. Nice. That's nice without 8 or 9 cats constantly setting it off. So the batteries, I'm forever. That's why I got like a battery caddy.
Mm-hmm.
But that slap echo around the house makes it impossible to find out where it's coming from.
I implored the whole family. I fortunately have numbers on my side. And I'm like, are you go in that room? You go in that room.
Oh, my God.
Everybody shut up, be quiet, and listen.
Can they come over to my house?
But here's what I need to know. Here's what I need to know, Casey.
Okay.
At this moment, when you realize that it's the carbon monoxide and you've done all this work for 2 days, I've seen you freak out before. Did you A, have a hissy fit, freak out and scream, or were you just so defeated and deflated that it wasn't even worth the effort?
There's a C here. There's a third.
C. Okay.
I was relieved. You have to understand, I had been in every single room. I was relieved. And it was funny, especially based on what had happened to me with the ceiling fan the week before. I mean, this is classic me. And so I was relieved, right? And so much so that I had gone, my wife was in the shower and I ran into the bathroom and she's like, get out of here. And I was like, dude, it was this the whole time. She's like, lies. Now you have to understand where where the carbon monoxide detector was located. It was in the middle of the triangle of smoke detectors. So you would have thought that because at one point I did have the backroom detector out and the kitchen detector out, right? And you would think you would know then that it was the carbon monoxide.
It was in the exact worst position it could be to confuse you.
Because when I took the kitchen and the back rooms out, it sounded like it was coming from the bedroom, which was
that's the issue
3 yards away.
That's the nightmare.
So Preston, I was absolutely relieved at this point.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
I would have been
crazy.
I would have
right?
been pissed.
And Preston, it's never at 2:00 in the afternoon.
Right.
It's never. Oh, I just happened to have the ladder out, and my pockets are all full of batteries.
Yeah.
It's always like you're going to bed on Sunday night when we're getting back into the schedule, and you got to wake up at 3:30 the next morning, and then it's about 10:30, 11 o'clock. Beep.
There was also one other thing with the battery-operated one that I bought a battery-operated one because we do have one detector that's not hardwired. And I, hey, don't hit this button. And there's a sign that says don't hit this button.
Right.
Well, I did that on the back of the smoke alarm where it says, like, deactivate. And I was like, oh, what does this deactivate button do, right? So I deactivate the alarm. And then I read the directions, and the direction says, once you deactivate, you can't reactivate. I was like, God damn it.
Oh, no.
I'm like, I just bought this.
You hit the self-destruct button.
Why would they include a full?
So Casey, I've read this a few times during this course of this conversation that apparently carbon monoxide detectors are supposed to be kept lower to the ground than smoke detectors, and some smoke detectors are more reliant on heat than they are the actual smoke rising to the smoke detectors. But carbon monoxide detectors are supposed to be kept lower because I guess the carbon monoxide is heavier than air itself.
Yeah.
So what I have in my detectors, my smoke detectors are carbon, I think dioxide, CO2, and then the monoxide I have down lower.
Gotcha. And then peroxide if you're dyeing your hair.
Exactly.
I'm going to go to Susan. Hi, Susan. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. How are you?
Good. What's up, Susan?
So you know what? Everybody's like hit on the exact same points that happened to me last week.
WMMR.
All right, thank you, Marissa. So yesterday we made the announcement of something we're trying out and seeing how this plays. The Grammys are coming up, and we've always felt that the Grammys have gotten the rock category a bit off the mark for several years now. So it's about time that we find out what really rocks in the world of music. And therefore, we have created an answer to the Grammys. It's the WMMAmmys. Yes.
He was, in fact, quite a good actor.
It is the Everything That Rocks Awards. What was that?
I don't know. I don't know what you were trying to hit. Were you trying to hit this?
Whammy! Oh, yeah. I thought we had it queued up over here. All right, so. Whammy. Oh, we have that one over there.
Yeah.
All right, so these are the WMMAmmys, the Everything That Rocks Awards. Yesterday, we had the Breakout Artist of the Year. And this year, we have a category which is Rock Song of the Year. And we decided not to limit the number of nominees. So we have several songs that you can choose from for your vote. And it's simple. You just go to PrestonandSteve.com. You'll see the WMMAmmys logo. Marissa created that, by the way.
That's
it looks
gorgeous.
Great. And then the list of the nominees, and you just click on the one you want. That's it. You're done. You're finished. And we just want to know what you feel the best in rock and roll was this past year. So here are the nominees. I'll read them out to you. 365 from Shinedown, Afterlife from Evanescence, Up from the Bottom from Linkin Park, Even If It Kills Me from Papa Roach, The End from Mammoth, Gods of Rock and Roll, that's Billy Morrison and Ozzy Osbourne, Darkness Always Wins from Hailstorm, then you have I Will Not Break from Disturbed, Ensenada from Sublime, The Land of Milk and Honey from Bush, and Asking for a Friend from Foo Fighters. Now, you're probably not going to remember all those, but if you go to the website, they're all laid out there in front of you, and you can go ahead and vote. I know what I'm going to vote for.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to betray it?
Well, I was going back and forth between Asking for a Friend from Foo Fighters and The End from Mammoth.
It's a good song.
I'm digging Mammoth, dude. Wolfgang is so good. I don't want to influence you. You vote for whatever you want because we want a legit, feel for what's been rocking Philadelphia and anybody who listens around the world to WMMR.
There's a lot good on that list.
But there's some, because there's several songs on here that I really, really like. And that's the way it should be. So I'm going to vote for Mammoth, but you guys vote for whoever you want.
Can I cast your vote right now?
Yeah,
First
go ahead.
vote?
Yeah,
Boom.
most definitely.
Done.
There it is. Vote number 1 in. So it is now engaged, up and running. So please go to PrestonandSteve.com and vote. And then on Friday, we're going to reveal the winner. So we had the category yesterday, category today, 2 more. So tomorrow and Thursday. Thursday will be the last one to give it till 7 a.m., roughly 24 hours. To do the voting, and then Friday we'll tell you who all the winners are, and then we'll have them in stone.
Obviously, it's going to be a huge gala, red carpet sort of thing, and then there's the after party, which is taking place at Cho's.
Yeah. And are we doing like a big tribute show or anything like that to the the music of?
Yeah, right.
We have to work on that.
And in memoriam, we should do that. Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, because
we lost a few in the past year, but anyhow, thank you for being part of it and participating to the WMM Ammies. Right. I saw this article. I thought about putting this in. Survey says, because it was a survey, but
you busted loose.
I did bust loose, and I thought maybe this would be worth a discussion in general, and it has to do with kids using curse words and parents' opinions of kids using their own kids using curse words. Because I, watch almost any show that's on like a streaming platform or somewhere where you don't have to worry about language. And I've seen over the past few years more and more of teenage kids, young teenage kids, 14, 15, something like that, 13, 14, 15, just blatantly cursing in front of their parents, not necessarily at them, but maybe it's just as accentuators or whatever it may be. And everybody's okay with it. Or they might just get like a language. Get one of those. Stranger Things was doing that.
Yes, it was.
They were dropping, and that was in the 80s.
Yeah.
And so I think it's like way far-fetched, man. But now listen, that's only my personal experience.
You're a man from the past, as am I.
I guess so.
In our day and age.
But I know that I wouldn't. It took me a while before I would curse in front of my parents.
So I'm older. I go back. I used to work at the laboratory where they created a lot of these words. And I remember they were hard at work at the F word at that time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It was just still a work in progress?
The C word was just a dream.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
that did not exist in my household growing up, and also in my household now with my kids growing up. That was not. I didn't, believe it or not, I didn't curse in front of my kids.
Okay, so do they curse now? All your kids are Seamus?
So,
I mean, he's in college.
He's in college. He's an adult. I'll get like a Jesus,
That's
Jesus,
not a curse.
That's the Savior.
That's
God's son.
But like Casey doesn't curse. I've heard her curse, but like it's not like a regular thing.
We eventually, by the time they were like seniors in high school, that's when it was like, okay, you have permission now. And it was fun to hear them first play around with that a little bit, and now it's common, and I'm used to hearing it. But I mean, so like right now I'm watching, and I know this is an older show. I like to go back to use as an exercise show, a show that's got lots of seasons and has already done it. I can watch it every day and not have to worry about running out of stories. So Casey recommended Homeland.
Right.
And Damian Lewis's character's daughter, who is like 15 or something like that. I mean, drops F-bombs and S-bombs and everybody's okay with it.
Yeah.
I'm like, that seems weird to me, man.
Well,
Seems foreign to me.
I sort of, and obviously your parent radar is up, so you're seeing this a lot more than am I. And I think I have noticed that that's the case, and it's kind of become like a lazy writer's tool.
Right.
Hey, when I was a kid, it's like a Christmas story. Yeah. My dad was letting loose with so much stuff that it would seem weird if we didn't now and then. However, I remember cursing in front of my mother the first time I said the F word, and I was like, like she seemed a little wounded.
Oh, really?
Just a bit, and then that passed because of my dad. My dad would mix, as I said before, the King's English with a stellar vocabulary with the most profane stuff. And we would, like Darren McGavin, cursing out the water heater.
I think we used curse words, but not like freely, like only when they were intended.
When they had purpose?
When they had purpose.
Yeah.
And it was fine until it wasn't fine.
Yeah.
Like if you just used it in the wrong situation, then my parents would freak out.
Yeah.
No, you're supposed to use a C word for that.
Also, like my friends around me, I think their parents were a little more liberal. And I still remember the first time my friend's mom ever cursed at me, and it was because I put spaghetti sauce in the microwave without covering it, and it exploded all over the microwave, and she dropped an F-bomb on me, and that was a freeze moment for me.
Yeah.
My parents cursed and their friends all the time around us, but the idea of doing it, I remember the first time I cursed in front of
your mom,
elder
probably.
family members. So my mom and my aunt. And who else? My sister was probably there. So we were in Vegas. We took a family trip to Vegas. I was like 15, something like that. What am I supposed to do in Vegas?
Right, exactly.
But we did go to Circus.
There you go.
But anyway, so we're sitting there. My aunt, and by the way, I came from like racist stuff was said around the family and stuff like that. It was part of who my extended family was. My aunt was just going on about all the Asian people in Vegas. And I'm just sitting there and I'm listening to this crap. And it's just stewing on me.
Right.
And eventually, my family's all just kind of having this light conversation about blah, 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 and just complaining about the Asian people. And I just go, you guys are effing idiots. And they literally, like, mouthfuls of food open, like, what did you say? And I was just like, I had it.
You were 15?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just like, I'm not going to sit here and listen to this anymore.
Well, how'd that go over?
Not well. I don't remember much after that. I may have gotten up and left or something along those lines.
I'm going to the strip show.
Yeah. What else am I going to do in Vegas?
Go to the chicken ranch.
Got to be some whores around here somewhere.
Find me a whore.
But I remember it clearly, and the reaction, I kind of said it a little bit under my breath. I'm like, you guys are effing idiots.
Yeah. Right.
And they were, what did you say? And but I also felt kind of emboldened and glad that I made my statement clear. But that was the first time I ever ventured into that territory, especially an F-bomb.
I remember my mother trying to curtail a little bit of the language, and she was leaving notes around the house, like clean your to make it to show how absurd it was.
Yes.
It made us laugh and encouraged us more. And it's an adorable thing that she would try that. Three boys at that point, 2 boys in the house. Didn't quite work.
610-660-9333 if you want to share any stories. So in this article that I read, it was a C.S. Mott Children's Hospital national poll on children's health asked moms and dads of kids and teens how they feel about children swearing. And it turns out fewer than half believe it's never acceptable for children to use profanity. So it was a survey of 1,678 parents, kids between the age of 6 and 17. 47% say it's never okay for kids to use swear words, but 35% believe that it depends on the situation. 12% think that it depends on the word, and 6% say swear words are no big deal.
So when I'm encountering friends or neighbors and their kids, I would never curse in front of the kids, and whether I don't know if the parents do or don't, or if they allow curse words, right? But I think it's kind of a courtesy to not do that, I
do remember the time that my dad, and I was probably in like 4th grade, something like that, 5th grade. My dad gave me permission to curse because we were at somebody's house. It was a party. There were a lot of people there. And these kids were giving me a hard time. I don't remember what the exact scenario was. So I went and I told my dad, I'm like, Dad, they're doing this thing. And they keep saying this to me or whatever. And my dad goes, tell them to go to hell.
Okay. All right.
And I was like, I can say that? He's like, yep. And my dad I could smell the booze on his breath. He was just raring to go. And so, sure enough, had another encounter with these kids. And I'm like, you can go to hell. And they were like,
yeah.
I'm going to tell your dad. I'm like, go ahead.
Yeah.
Tell him.
Gave you permission.
And I remember them going over and my dad saying, yeah, I told him to tell you that.
What did he say?
Yeah, what did he say? Did he beat
You
the
set me up, you mother effer.
But that was cool. It was a cool bonding moment with my dad, actually.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You reminded me, though, hell. Damn.
Yeah. They were curse words.
They carried weight.
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bitch.
going to hell
Yeah.
had more weight back then than it does now.
Where does bitch land?
Ooh.
Bitch was another level up.
Bitch was a no-no.
Unless you were
No.
a dog breeder, no.
Because at that point, you didn't call it bitch was specifically female. That was it. And this was late 70s that we're talking. So you wouldn't call another guy a bitch. That hadn't been invented yet.
Yeah.
That was pretty great when that happened, though, wasn't
When
it?
you could say,
When you started
and
calling you little bitch.
your bitch ass.
Yeah.
Was a wonderful weaving.
Well, talk about permissions. I always had this question is like when there's a song, because you can't hide from the music sometimes. And I saw a video of these parents who brought their kid to a Blink-182 concert, and they confirmed that the child was only allowed to say the curse word when they were singing along to the song in public at that time. No other place, and they're singing along to the song in any other place, not allowed. But at the concert, in a crowd, amongst a lot of other people.
Okay.
I sort of see that, Marissa, because, and of course, they're well known for their expletives in concert.
Yeah, well, like I'm thinking about singing along to the Alanis Morissette album in the backseat of my mom's car, and like when you're thinking to sleep when she F's
you.
know,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I would
Yeah,
like
it's in the
scream it
lyrics.
out, and
Yeah.
my mom would just laugh and giggle and move on because it was a song.
There was also a time way before that, and this is a little side conversation here, that regularly, even with the FCC having rules against profanity, big jet airliner from Steve Miller had an S-bomb dropped in it. The Who are you?
Yeah.
Who the F are you? I mean, blatantly. And radio stations would play it all the time.
Absolutely.
And for some reason, some of those, there was a blind eye turned to it or a deaf ear for a long time. And then Janet had her boob ripped off.
Right.
And Murray
exposed.
Snowbird includes Seasucker.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
Wow. I got to look at those lyrics. So you mentioned Steve Miller. Big old jet airliner. Did they say
all that funky
S going down in the city.
Right.
That was a blatant S-bomb. Yeah. All right. I'm going to go to some calls here real quick. Let me go to Shane. Shane, good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. Representing YouTube.
Oh,
YouTube.
welcome, sir. All right, Shane.
Yeah,
What's your story about cursing and parents and all that?
all right, so for the record, my mother was like the most easygoing person, would always say yes to everything, you know, whatever you wanted to do, not so strict. But the one time I cursed in her presence, it's like a switch. She came charging at me, demon possessed, with a bar of soap in her hand, got me on my back on the floor, and was thrusting that bar of soap in my mouth while screaming at me.
Wow. So she's like as easy can be, but that made her a lunatic.
Oh, yeah.
Was it the F word?
I don't even remember what word it was, honestly.
No kidding. How? I don't know how you wouldn't remember that. Wow, if she's shoving a bar
of soap down your throat.
Ugh. Wow.
Well,
and did it work?
I think so.
It was soap.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Shane. It definitely, the washing your mouth, that was soap thing. That was.
I never had that. Did you ever have that?
No, I didn't have it happen.
Oh, not with my dad in the house. There'd be no way to do that.
Yeah.
I'd get a good lawyer and get off on those charges.
Casey, I find you're such an anomaly because, you said you never curse in front of your kids.
Well, I do now.
Oh, you do now?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
But when they were younger, you did.
When they were younger,
I
I
could
absolutely
understand
did
having
not.
restraint then because.
Did you?
You dropped the F-bomb more than anybody I know.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I can't help it. It's
not
a
out of
crutch.
anger. It's out of anger. It's a placeholder. It's a filler.
Yes.
Sentence
It's a filler
enhancer.
word for you. It's a sentence enhancer to quote SpongeBob.
What about you?
What about me?
Cursing in front of the kids.
I would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have swear jars and things of that nature?
No.
Yeah.
No, they just knew not to do it. Although one time when Parker was a little kid, I mean, we're talking pre-K.
Yeah.
He was in our bedroom, and we had I had a beer bottle sitting by the sink, and he accidentally knocked it over. It was empty, and it just rattled around in the sink, made a god awful noise. This glass bottle rolling around, and I just hear him go, "Oh, S." And Rochelle and I looked at each other like, "Did he just say that?" I'm like, he's being like daddy.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So
Did you scold him, or did you just let it go and not make a big deal about it?
didn't make
All
a
right,
big deal about it.
young man, you come here, you're going to drink an entire suitcase of beer.
I mean, we didn't curse in front of our kids so much so that, like, you know, like I remember my son, he couldn't even like really, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, he was angry and he didn't know how to
He didn't know how to express it.
He didn't have to, so he'd be like, boring. You know, like that was his curse word. He's like, boring.
Oh,
you know?
okay.
He would, like, yell boring.
Hi, Grandma.
Yeah, no, that was me.
I ratted out one of my neighbor's kids one time. It was so funny because he's a sweet kid, and he was legitimately sharing the story with me.
Right,
So
yeah.
we live on a golf course, and he goes, there was a golfer. He was going to our backyard, and I heard him go. He came walking up, and he goes, "You got to be effing kidding me!" And he flat out dropped the F-bomb in front of me. I'm cracking up because I thought it was hilarious, and I'm like, I should. I told his dad, and I'm like, I am not telling you this to get him in trouble. It was a very innocent thing. He was just sharing a story. But just in case he says it sometime in the wrong place to the wrong person, I just want you to know that he knows how to use that word, and you may want to let him know.
Did
that he
Dad
needs
take it well?
Yeah, he was
right.
cool about it because it didn't bother me. I
Right,
thought it
right.
was hilarious, but I thought out of caution I should tell him about it. Let me go to John. Hey, John, good morning.
Hey, good morning. How are you guys?
Great, buddy. What's up?
Hey, so I was kind of raised by I'm in my early 30s, but my parents are a little bit old school, and I never cursed in front of my parents. I had friends that did it, and I thought it was the craziest thing when I heard it happen. But I'll never forget the first time I ever really cursed or dropped an F-bomb in front of my dad was when I was playing hockey. That was the only time that I was able to kind of let loose, was playing ice hockey.
When you blurted it out, did you immediately look to see if he heard you say that, or how is it received?
Oh, 100%. I looked right at him, and he just kind of gave me like a little side eye, and it wasn't even, and he just didn't say anything. So then, and then from then on, it was kind of like a secret, you know, that me and my dad had together.
It is
the coach at the time.
Okay, it's a bonding thing, as Preston observed, John. At a certain point, I remember making my dad laugh with curses in little comedy things that I would do.
Yeah.
And it bizarrely draws you closer together.
Yes.
Those moments that are never quite depicted in a Norman Rockwell painting. But first, F-bomb.
But I'll use a line from A Christmas Story, and it's not about cursing, but when he goes, "From that moment on, things were different between my mom and I." Yeah? All right, okay. Let me go to Corey. Hi, Corey, you're on the air. Good morning.
Gadzooks, everybody.
Gadzooks, my man. What's up, bud?
So after high school, I got accepted into the United States Coast Guard Academy. So military school. I the third of three boys, all college-bound, young adults. I come home, of course, military school. I'm cursing all the time with my classmates and my fellow cadets. I come home and I accidentally drop the F-bomb in front of my mom for the first time. Now, I'm the kind of kid that my parents did not curse around me when I was little, and if I lied or if I said anything inappropriate, I would get my mouth washed out with liquid hand soap.
Oh,
my God!
That's more expensive.
Expensive, and she liked to massage that into my tongue. That was my punishment there.
Jeez.
So anyway, I come home from school and I dropped the F-bomb for the first time, and I knew I was 18, so I probably wasn't going to get my mouth washed out with soap. But I kind of closed my eyes and kind of braced for impact, thinking I was at least going to get a little smacked across the face. And then I hear my mom quietly go, "It's okay. "You're a sailor."
She's right. Yeah.
From then on, it was like opening the floodgates for me, and I've never been the same.
Corey, that's great.
And you remember that
Thanks.
moment with your mother.
I love that. It's okay.
Yeah.
You're a sailor. Oh, my God, that's funny. I have Cindy who's joining us next. Hi, Cindy. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, what's up, Cindy?
So as crazy as this sounds, my 20-year-old, she's never cursed in front of me. At least not the big words. She might have slipped the G damn once,
Okay.
but that's it.
So she's 20 and has never dropped any form of a curse word other than goddamn in front of you.
Not in front of me, no.
Wow.
And do you feel it coming, or do you think she's always going to be that way?
In front of me?
Yeah.
Possibly always going to be that way.
Okay. And was that by design in any way, shape, or form?
No. I cursed in front of her many times. And
Okay.
when my 10-year-old was born, I stopped cursing because I was like, you know what, maybe I should tone it down in front of them, especially with her, which I should have thought about that with my 20-year-old at the time. But yeah, I mean, and my husband, he curses all the time.
It's weird.
It's now.
That's so weird, Cindy,
But,
that just by happenstance, she would not do that.
She's just a good girl.
Just a good girl.
Yeah.
She's probably selling meth on the side.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was wondering. Thank you, Cindy. I wonder how many people are like that. Or just debaucherous, but in front of the parents still.
Don't curse and the meth stuff keeps going.
Marissa pulled up some text messages. Somebody says, I put hot sauce on my son's tongue for saying a curse word. Wow. But she said, this person said, totally backfired. He loves the heat on everything now.
He puts that S on everything.
Says, my 9-year-old nephew once asked me if I knew which was the least bad one. According to him, it was the C word. I made eyes at my sister. She didn't know what he knew. What word? I asked him nervously, and he said, crap. Another one says, my wife and I took our 15-year-old daughter to the Always Sunny podcast, which ended with Charlie's Go F Yourself song. Once it got to the money line, my daughter looked at me and asked, can I say it? And it was so cute to me that she asked permission, and the answer was, F yeah.
Think about that bizarre delineation between crap and the S word. Yeah. Right. How as history has played out, is crap a more acceptable word?
Yeah, I know.
It's like a random lottery.
They mean the same thing.
Yeah.
It is referring to the exact same thing. Even, if you want to use feces or defecation or whatever, it all means the same thing.
And crap has a more aggressive sound to start it off.
Yeah, with the hard C at the beginning.
Just sort of slide into the S word.
Yeah. The S word is satisfying to say. It definitely is.
I like it.
We got time for another call. Yeah, we got to wrap this up in just a moment. Let's see who has been on hold the longest. I can't tell. The timer's not working on there.
The hell?
All right, let me go to Jen then. Hi, Jen. You are on the air. Good morning.
Hey, guys. Good morning.
What's up, Jen?
So I never said anything more than the S word or damn in front of my parents.
Okay.
And I was 35 years old, and I was taking my father to the airport, and one of my best friends was with me, and we cussed like sailors. So, not around the parents. So this girl pulled out in front of me, and reactively I said, "You effing B word," and did the soccer mom arm to my dad, who was like 6'2", 275 pounds, So he swiveled his head around, and he looked at me, and he said, "Did that just come out of my little girl?"
And you were 35 at the time, it says here?
Yes. My best friend is in the back seat, and she's like, "You just don't know."
At 35, you crushed Dad. That's hilarious.
That's great.
Because I guess you always are perceived as the little girl.
The little girl.
Yeah, my
will
little
always be there.
angel. I love that.
Yep, and he's been gone 23 years, and I'm always daddy's girl, so you better watch it around your dad.
Yeah. All right, Jen. Appreciate it. Thank you. This survey said that nearly half of 44% say their child never swears, and a third, 32%, say their kid rarely swears. But a quarter admit that their child swears occasionally or frequently. Parents and teens are much more likely to report their kids swears at least occasionally than parents of younger kids. So that stands to reason. But I always think it's when I see it on TV shows where a kid is just dropping, pretty heavy curse words, S-bombs or F-bombs.
Right.
And the family is just like, it's just common, or they're kind of like, they kind of roll their eyes or whatever. I just think it's a little.
I think you're probably
off the mark
right. In
a little
general,
bit.
it's also a sign of respect to your parents to not be doing that. I don't know. You can't say categorically, but I think your instinct is right on that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hell. And that's a curse word right there. All right. Anyhow, thank you for your calls. Thank you for your text. We do appreciate it. And a reminder that we have initiated the voting for day 2 of the WMM Emmys. The Everything That Rocks Awards. We're trying to do it right for rock artists. Instead of the Grammys, we got the WMMers, or the Whammies, if you want to call them. Whammy! And so you can vote right now. Go to PrestonandSteve.com for Rock Song of the Year. You got 24 hours to do it. We have the nominees that are spelled out there. You just click on one. You're done. That's all you have to do. We ask for your participation if you wouldn't mind. We're going to take a break. Come back in a second. Bizarre File stories are coming up next, so stay put.
The end of my vacation. It was the night before I'm going back to work.
Yeah,
At
of
1
course.
a.m.
Yep.
There goes the chirping. And it's the same thing. I have the hardwired smoke detectors, and I was like, okay, I want to get up and reset it or, test it. And my son has to wake up early for work. He's got to go in. So I'm like, okay, can I just deal with this for like another hour until he has to get up? So he gets up and he's in the shower. I'm playing around up at the ceiling, pulling it down. And finally I get him to disconnect it, and I still hear this chirping. Now I have, Preston, you have that issue with your ear. You kind of lose the ringing. So, and I kind of lose the sense of where a sound is coming from sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm laying there in bed all night long, and it's just chirping. I'm like, I have this disconnected. Why is this still chirping? I don't get it. So finally wake up when my alarm goes off, and I roll over, and now I hear the sound. It sounds like it's coming from the corner of my room. So I'm like, okay. I look at the carbon monoxide detector, and I'm thinking, don't even tell me it's been this all night long. And sure enough, that's exactly what it was. I unplug it, I take the battery out, and the chirping finally stopped.
It was the same thing Casey went through.
Yeah. Exactly the same
You
thing.
just want to die.
I did.
Yeah.
And now, like, my first day back to work after vacation, I'm exhausted.
Yep, exactly. All right. Thanks, Susan. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, it's hearing that incessant. Nothing about smoke detectors have they made easy, simple.
No.
Like even changing the battery on some of them, trying to wedge that battery inside that little door that opens up on some of those things.
What? So here's the deal.
And then you put it in the wrong way. Is it working?
Mine takes 6 batteries, Preston.
6 batteries?
6 AA's. Each one of them takes 6 AA batteries. I didn't realize that every single battery has to be disconnected or it will continue to chirp. If you have one battery in there, it will continue to chirp.
Well, it also holds
I've
the
actually
charge.
replaced right. So, but once that's out, it shouldn't chirp anymore, right? So I took all the batteries out, and and I didn't realize that, and then I replaced the batteries, put it back up, only to leave it to chirp again.
Yeah.
Again. A blinking light, something that would just let you indicate that that's the one chirping would make all the difference in the world.
Why can't that happen?
One little stinking light.
So, Steve, what I was when I finally did read the directions from what I think, from what I read, after you take the battery out, you basically it's holding some of the charge from that battery, and you actually have to hit the test button to essentially bleed that battery energy
All right.
out.
Well, I've on the Nest ones that I have. Once all those batteries are out, it stops.
Yeah. Well, this is with a 9. I don't know if 9 volts are different than
No,
than
these are
double A's
6
or whatever.
6 AA's.
And the other
mine
thing
takes
is,
9 volts.
Rodney was like, "Are the batteries still okay?" And I said, "I don't know." He goes, "Well, did you do the tongue test?" I'm like, "I'm not doing that.
I don't like doing it.
I don't like doing it. I'm not going to do it."
Hang on.
Find a hooker.
I'm going to go to Phil. Hey, Phil, good morning.
Good morning, guys. Sorry to bug you at work.
No, what's up, man?
So
not so much smoke detectors, but on that aha finally moment.
All right.
I was doing some work in my home. We were getting ready for newborn, doing the nursery, the whole thing. Messed some wiring up, and I somehow put my water heater on the light switch for the basement. So after we were working all night, covered in insulation, go to jump in the shower, no hot water. Run down to the basement, water heater's running. This went on for 3 days.
Wait a second. So every time you go, every time you go down the basement, you turn the light on, and the water heater would be working.
Water heater would.
Oh my God!
Oh, that's so funny. So every time you went down there to check it, it was running because you turned the light on to see.
Dude,
that's great.
National Lampoon's moment.
Oh my God, that's hilarious, Phil. How did you finally figure it out?
I got to the top of the steps and I heard it shut off when the light went off. Like I finally heard it poof out.
Oh,
I was so mad.
God.
But so happy at the same time.
Oh my God, that could have gone on forever.
Yes, it could have. You could have gotten a whole
the
new
light stayed
system.
on for 3 weeks.
That makes you
I
think.
didn't touch it again.
Yeah, it makes you think of a Christmas Vacation with the garage light.
So I have to ask, Phil, did you rewire it or do you just leave the light on all the time?
The light stayed on for almost 3 weeks before I got enough to just go down there and fix it.
Okay. Oh my God, that's great.
But it was finally fixed.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I saw
That's hilarious.
I saw on our screener info here that it said water heater, and I thought he was going to say they have those like overflow.
Yep.
Indicators, alarms. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Case?
Yeah.
No.
So if you have like a drip pan or something like that for your water heater, there's a little monitor you can put in there that detects moisture, and it'll go off and let you know.
Yep.
And I've had that going off, and I'm like, where's that effing sound coming from?
Where's
And
that
not knowing what it was.
sound coming from?
And we had like a leak under our sink.
Where's
It was
that sound coming from?
It wasn't the water heater; it was something else. And I couldn't figure it out. Of course, Rochelle knew
There's
exactly
nothing on here.
exactly what it was. But that drove me crazy. That was me walking around the house trying to figure out where the sound was. Let me go to Blair. Good morning, Blair.
Hey, Godzilla, friend.
Godzilla. What's up, Blair?
So I just have to say that I appreciate this conversation because when I was virtual teaching, all these kids would unmute themselves to do whatever in class, and their smoke alarms are going off in the back. And so I don't know where these heathens are in the world that think it's okay to just keep these going all the time, because I'm in agreement with you. I like twitch every time I hear one.
The frequency at which it and it's meant to do that, it runs down your spine.
Mm-hmm.
And I teach in a suburban area. I mean, I don't understand how these people that decided to live outside of like the city world can tolerate that type of sound. It's awful.
I don't know how you could. I don't know how you could sleep with that going on. Some people do. Well, you talked about the conundrum of doing the run through with the smoke alarms not waking up your kids.
Oh my God! The entire thing went off. It was the middle of the night. Scared the hell out of us. Thought the house was on fire. We never did figure out why it tripped off.
Right.
But all the alarms in the house, it's a hardwired system. All the alarms went off in the house. Not one of our kids woke up. Not one of them.
Wow.
Slept solidly through the whole thing.
How?
Excruciatingly loud. I have no idea. Me, on the other hand, and this is a completely different story, but I remember when I was a teenager, a cricket somehow or another got in my room.
Yeah.
Memer.
In my bedroom, and it was, I couldn't find it anywhere. And just that little.
That's enough.
All night. Drove me crazy. I got up with a flashlight and turned all the lights on. I'm just ready to murder this thing.
What do you put out to lure a cricket out into the open?
Yeah, you're just screwed. So that was, I know exactly what you're talking about. All right, let me go to Joe. Hey, Joe, good morning.
Good morning, guys.
What's happening, Joe?
I could not call in. I'm a fireman in Philadelphia.
Ah.
And there's a couple things with the smoke detectors. Like, we changed the code in Philadelphia where no more batteries. They're disposable 10-year fire smoke detectors now.
Okay, so the whole unit, disposable.
Disposable. 10 years, boom, boom, you're done, you're out of here. And that's the law now in Philadelphia. And they won't tell you this, but the reason they changed that is because people, every Christmas, we'd get calls to put in smoke detectors.
Yeah.
And we go out there and find the smoke detectors don't have batteries in them.
Yeah. And you know what? And I would imagine, Joe, some of that was just either laziness or they forgot about it or couldn't figure out how to do it.
They needed the batteries for the toys.
Oh, they're taking
for
the
the
batteries.
toys.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, so we might burn down, but the doll will work right.
I remember one in particular. I just could not get that freaking
9-volt.
rectangular 9-volt battery into that little son of a bitch. It drove me crazy.
It's got, you have to make the connection on top, and that won't fit in, that little rubbery thing with the 2 terminals on it.
Well, no, this one is, there's just this little slot that the battery
I know
can
what you're talking
only
about.
slide in. There's only one angle that it goes in, and when it goes in, the door like shuts perfectly, like immediately.
So we have the Joe. We have in our home. I guess I don't know if this is Philadelphia code or whatever. So we have the Xfinity system, the smoke detectors, or and then we also have to have a second set of smoke detectors as well. I don't know if that's still the case. So we have 2. One time, accidentally, I disconnected the Xfinity system, and that alarm is super loud. But is that the norm that sometimes you have to have the backup battery system as well, or has that
The backup battery system is a bought system. A lot of apartment complexes have that.
Right.
You know, and systems that you buy to monitor your home. But that's a problem for us too, because we go to an apartment and say somebody doesn't know how to cook and they fill it. We call it a pot of meat. That's what it's called. Fill up the apartment with smoke, and now we're not supposed to reset your system, and everybody gets mad at us. We're not technicians. We're firefighters. There's no fire. Call your maintenance people to reset your alarm.
Right.
They go crazy. So unofficially, sometimes we help them out if we can, but if you have a new system that we don't know what it is, we have to be hands off.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not supposed to do it in the first place.
So
we're people, we try to help them out.
There's sage advice there, Joe, too. If you do have a system at home, know what you need to do to cancel the system, because sometimes you'll forget. You're supposed to know what that code is so you can punch it in so they don't dispatch firefighters if it's for no reason.
And Philly, we're coming anyway. Once that thing goes off, we're coming anyway. There's no turning around.
All right. That's a good piece of information as well.
Yeah, we do not. Don't worry. They'll just come check it out, and they're not going to give you a hard time. It happens to everybody.
All right. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it, man.
Well,
See ya.
I guess the silver lining here is that I have 7 new smoke detectors.
Yeah,
good. So we're good for at least another 10 years, hopefully.
Let me go to one more call, then we got to take a break. I'm going to go to Joan. Hey, Joan, good morning.
Good morning.
What's up, Joan?
Love your show. I have a smoke detector chirping, getting under your skin story where I took yoga. Someone had a studio hooked onto their house. And at the end of yoga, you do Shavasana, which is quiet.
It's like a little meditation. Yeah.
Yeah, it's meditation.
Yep.
So the whole meditation, I heard the chirping. And there was no relaxation, none.
Mm-mm.
So I let the instructor know, and she was like, yeah. So I go back to the studio the second time, same chirping during Shavasana. I had to stop going.
Dude, stop going.
How do you live? How do you conduct your life with that constant chirping going on?
It's constant.
And,
It's like
every part of your job involves instructing people how to meditate.
Steve, you make it your mantra.
Yeah.
just tell yourself.
Hey, have a good day, guys.
All right, you too. All right, we'll see you, Joan. Thank you.
Yeah, it was like every 30 to 45 seconds. It was.
You just want to die.
Casey,
You want to get burned to death.
if you come with another one of these next week, we will write you your own theme song.
Oh, really?
For Casey's do-it-yourself adventures.
I gave up on something yesterday. I fixed closet doors yesterday, but I gave up on a whole other project yesterday, so we won't get into that.
What we could do is we could DIY to DIY.
To DIY. Don't do it yourself.
I don't know what I'm doing, and I don't know how to DIY.
To DIY. All right. It should be don't do it yourself, yo.
Don't do it yourself, yeah.
All right, we're going to take a break. We'll come back in a second, and I'll make Casey feel all better because I got some bizarre file stories of people who've done much worse.
Yes.
And we'll be right back. Stay with us. A bit about this story with Simone Biles, the gymnast. She was on a flight. She's only 4 feet 8 inches tall, but she's very recognizable, obviously. She's a superstar. But some people might not know who she is. And because of her size, it can throw people off a tad bit. Even if if you've ever met somebody famous and realized how short they are in person, they can throw you off a little bit. So apparently she was getting on the plane, and one of the attendants had asked her if she wanted a coloring book because they thought she was a child.
She's a little girl, yeah.
And I wanted to get calls from people who are either small in stature or look really young.
Yeah.
And get mistaken for a child. And if this is just something that happens all the time, because Marissa, it happened to her just recently. 215-263-WMMR is a number, because I'm sure you're expecting it now. If it's
On 93.3 WMMR.
All right, thank you very much, Marissa. I wanted to touch on something. It's a very sad note, especially here at the WMMR family and our sister stations as well. We lost a longtime member of the staff over the weekend, a guy by the name of Rick Merarkey. Worked here before we started here. In our promotions department with WMMR and MGK and Ben FM and all the stations, XTU. And he was just the greatest guy. If you ever came out to our live broadcast at Keenan's Irish Pub, the Eggs with Peg, we would always bring Rick up on stage because he had a slight resemblance to Peg.
He did.
He wore the black frame glasses, and he had a round face like Peg did, and he was always a blast to bring up on stage. And he sadly passed away this past weekend. He was only 46 years old. Rick had some medical problems that were burdening him for a long time, and it was just terribly sad to hear about it.
Yeah, I knew about the heart issues, and he never let that get him down, though, and he flirted with stand-up comedy for a while and worked hard at it, and we talked about different things that he was doing. He's a naturally funny guy, and just the salt of the earth. I mean, just very likable.
And extremely helpful at our live events. He was just all about making sure we needed what we had what we needed.
Yeah.
And he would cover all the bases, and we're going to miss him. He was here for a really long time. And our hearts go out to his wife, Gina, and his entire family. So, Rick, thank you for all your years of help, man. It was just sad news to pass along. But I wanted to make sure those of you who have been with us for a long time have probably encountered Rick at one time or another. So we wanted to make sure that you were aware of that. So, sad news. I did have a shout out I wanted to do before we get into the bizarre file as well. This is an email I got from Jenna, and she says, "Hey, gang, my husband Mike and I are longtime listeners of the show. We now even have our 12-year-old son, Mason, listen to you guys. He loves the bizarre files. We listen to them every morning together, and I sometimes question our parenting, too."
Yeah, I would.
In any case, Mike turns a big 4-0 on January 27th, and I'm hoping that you can give him a nice wet shout out to commemorate his descent into oblivion. Thank you in advance. That's from Jenna. So here's a shout out. Thank you guys for making it a family affair. All right, I have some bizarre file stories are coming to you now.
WMMR presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
Brought to you this morning by Neumann University. First responders, ready to lead? Well, you can earn your online bachelor's in public safety administration at Neumann University, built for those who serve, and you can learn more at newman.edu/your degree. A Florida teenager was arrested after hitting her mother with a pork chop during an argument. No! 18-year-old Farrah Kernan was charged with battery following a disturbance at the Jensen Beach home that she shares with her 46-year-old mother.
Pork chop sandwiches!
According to police, the mother said Kernan had been drinking earlier in the day. The mother said Kernan had, during a verbal fight, Kernan allegedly smacked her mother in the face and threw a pork chop at her.
Pork chop sandwiches!
We thought cursing was bad from
pork.
the teenagers. Officers noted food residue on the victim's shoulder. A friend of the mother recorded a video of the attack.
It's pork.
Kernan is being held on a $2,500 bond. A YouTuber has managed to order a Domino's pizza using a Nintendo Wii more than 10 years after the console's online services were shut down. Retro Game Addict had placed the order through a fan-made food channel app. The app is based on the Demei channel, which was only available in Japan and let Wii owners order food directly from their consoles.
It's actually a smart idea.
Nintendo shut down the Wii's online servers in 2014, making the food channel useless for over a decade. However, a group called Wii Link created an open source replacement for those servers. Using this system, the YouTuber was able to connect to Domino's C menu items and current prices and place a real order that was actually delivered. The Nintendo Wii launched in 2006, and it was one of the first gaming consoles to offer services beyond just playing games. So I never tried any services outside of playing games.
No, but you just have to think about it. You have these guys that are on the systems for like 6-7 hours.
Yeah.
You could just flick one button and automatically order a pizza.
Actually, a brilliant idea. They need to expand that into other platforms. A public official and a police department employee in Ohio Township are accused, and I think this is near Pittsburgh, are accused of publicly engaging in a sexual act in front of children. Police said the incident happened on the sidewalk outside of Caliente Pizza. Investigators said Robert Huffmeyer, sitting Ohio Township supervisor, and Janet Ging, a clerk with the Ohio Township Police Department, are accused of engaging in a sex act in plain view of the public.
We're very proud of them.
Investigators said a father walking with his 2 children, who are 9 and 13, saw the alleged indecent act and they called the police. Karen Brown, a resident, said, I really think that our public officials should be an example for our community and our children.
I think she's right.
Yeah. Court documents say that by the time police officers arrived, the pair had already left the area, but police said they didn't go far. Investigators found them down the street, parked outside of the Borough Police Department, allegedly engaging in the same act.
What, are there kids everywhere?
Inside an SUV this time.
Come on!
Township records show Huffmeyer is married with 3 children. It also lists him as being affiliated with a local union and serving as vice president and lieutenant with the Ohio Township Fire Department.
Sometimes you have to take that stress off, Preston.
The pair is due in court early next month. All right, this was an occasional type of quirky story that I would share in the Bizarre File, but now people marrying their fictional AI friends is starting to become an official trend.
Yep.
So let me highlight a few of these that took place over this past year. In March, someone named Dis traveled from Australia to Japan to tie the knot with Mephistopheles, a fictional demon from the Blue Exorcist manga series.
Yeah.
A Japanese
What a
woman
catch.
also married her AI-generated partner through augmented reality glasses in a touching public ceremony. And then finally, in Colorado, a man by the name of Travis felt unconditional love for an AI partner he connected with on Replica, to the point that he married her with the informed consent of his real human wife.
When they wrote their own vows, we have a recording, Preston.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, that's very personal.
From the heart.
Yeah. All right, and then one final story, and we'll wrap up the B-File. An unexpected distraction took the attention of 2 men in a small boat during a relaxing bit of fishing in East Sussex in the United Kingdom. Above them, on the summit of a 300-foot cliff, were a man and 2 women who were clearly enjoying each other's company intimately. As the fishermen rowed their way through the nature preserve, they saw one of the ladies recording her partners and then waved down to the anglers as they floated by.
Hi!
One of the fishermen says that he was initially attracted to their location by the almighty noises coming from the threesome's direction.
We're felching!
And he said it definitely wasn't seagulls. So they were going at it on a cliff, filming it, and waving to the boats as they passed by. And that is what I have in the Bizarre File for you. All right, just a reminder, the WMMAMmies, the Whammies, the voting is up right now. You can go to PrestonandSteve.com. Today's category is Rock Song of the Year. And it's the Everything That Rocks Awards. And we've got the list of nominees. All you have to do is give us one click. That's it. Nothing else, no information. Just pop on there. Let us know. Let's get an actual representation of the real rock bands and how they did as far as award wins.
We just decided we have to do it ourselves then.
Yeah. Got to do it.
They can do it. We'll do it.
Absolutely. All right, we will take a break. Come back in a second. A little later on this morning, our buddy Mike Gempp is stopping by from the Auto Dealers Association of Greater Philadelphia with the, of course, Philadelphia Car Show coming.
Yes.
So we'll be back in a moment. Stay with us.
So my my sister-in-law gets this all of the time. She is very short, but she looks very young. She has.
Is she petite as well?
She's petite.
Okay.
She's very little. She looks a little more like an adult now because she's very athletic. So she's very muscular. So that will make her. But that would kind of be like Simone Biles.
Yeah.
That makes her look a little more adult-like. But so much so where she was probably. Maybe she was like 17, 18, something like that. And we had friends over and the little kids were there and they were like, I'm going to go play with my friend. I want to play with my friend. And they were talking about her. They thought she was a kid. So they wanted to play with her. Yeah, I can pull up a picture of her, sure.
Because also, I mean, Simone Biles, her face actually looks young. And if she's... So I can see that. I've known a number of people in my life who fall squarely in this category, who would dread going out to, it's mostly women in this case, bars and things like that because of they get the reticent bouncer or there's no way,
Yeah, there was a guy I was in line with. He was at a store buying alcohol, and this was it might have been back in Missouri where you can buy alcohol at grocery stores. And anyhow. And was standing, and I'm looking at the guy, and he's got a 12-pack of beer, and I'm like, no way.
Yeah.
And I see him, and he's holding...
I'm only 6 years old.
Well, he's holding his ID in his hand.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
Yep.
He gets this all the time.
Getting that for your daddy, little fella?
Right, exactly.
It's the same thing also is, and we've talked about this before, is now this is visual, but the young voice when you answer a phone, or the kid's like, chirpy voice. But this is... you're showing up and physically you are just constantly mistaken for a kid.
Yeah. Marissa, do you usually get carded?
Yes.
Okay.
A lot.
Yeah.
And then it's embarrassing when I have my ID out and ready and then they don't want it.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, you're in that.
Hi, ma'am.
Yeah.
Will you be needing any sort of walker?
My smile and my crow's feet kind of show. But no, there are some pluses to this. Like if you can get a kid's meal without being hassled.
I was wondering.
There's
some
pluses. There's
if
some
you might
minuses.
try to pull that off or not.
Yeah, being at a concert is terrible. I've never seen a full concert just standing. If I'm in standing room, I've never seen a concert.
Just because you're short?
Ever, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Kathy, is this your cousin?
My sister-in-law.
Yeah.
And she's in her mid-20s now.
Yeah, she definitely looks like a kid.
She looks like a kid.
You can flip that around. I want to see as well. Oh, yeah. Yeah, she looks like a teenager.
Yeah.
Yeah, most definitely. Hang on. I'm going to go to Erica. Hi, Erica. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, what's up, Erica?
Oh, so I am an elementary school teacher, and I'm 5 foot tall, and I'm constantly mistaken for one of my students if I'm bending down or sitting on the floor to help them, and someone else comes in the room constantly, where's your teacher? It's funny, but Marissa, I feel you.
Oh,
because, you're always in the front row when you're in a crowd, when you line up for pictures, like school pictures. I was always in the front row. I still am in the front row, with the kids. And, it's funny, but, okay, I'm short, I'm in the room.
Do other kids, so will kids or your will they approach you as a kid sometimes if they don't know you're the adult?
From the back, sometimes.
Yeah.
If you just see my hair, if you see my face, I look young, but I'm I teach elementary school, so I'm clearly not. If you see my face, like a 10-year-old.
Right, yeah.
But I've been out with other people who are much taller than me and kind of been treated like you said, oh, do you need something? Do you?
Are you looking for your mommy? Yeah.
I'm not. No, thank you.
Now, Erica, if you were to dress the proper way, you think you could pull off being, a teenager for a little bit and fool some people?
Absolutely.
Okay.
We had a school theme day where it was the teachers dressed like kids and the kids dressed like teachers. And I wore leggings and a giant sweatshirt and put my hair in pigtails and I could have passed for a middle schooler.
I wonder if that would come in handy for listen, it's better that you're breaking, that you look younger than, who's this fossil,
Right,
but I mean, I wonder if that comes in, well, besides Marissa's thing about getting to use the order from the children's menu without being hassled.
That I've never tried that, but I've been in that Marissa situation where they're like, no, you're okay. And then other times they demand it.
Oh, Erica, when at the Phillies, when they have special promotions, all kids 15 and under get a complimentary bobblehead. You should try that.
Yeah.
That's a good
idea.
All right. Thanks, Erica. Appreciate it. All right. I want to go to now. It's not just the size, but this is interesting. Kevin has a thing that happens to his mom. Hey, Kevin. Good morning.
Hey guys, how are you?
Good. What's up, man?
Hey, all right. So my mom has a very young sounding voice, and so whenever she answers a phone call or anything like that, people tend to think that she's actually a child.
Okay.
So she had called into the doctor's office to schedule an appointment or something like that, and when they answered, they thought that she was actually my younger sister. And they were giving her a hard time saying, that she wasn't able to make an appointment because my younger sister is only 11 years old.
Put your mother on the phone.
Yes, I'm trying to schedule a hysterectomy.
That's pretty funny, Kevin. And so how did she prove to them that she was indeed the mom?
Well, they obviously asked her the harder questions that an 11-year-old.
Who's president?
Right.
So,
wow.
That would be annoying. Yes, all the time.
Thanks, Kevin. All right, listen. So now I want to hear from childlike sounding people.
Yeah.
Right.
To call us. 215-263-WMMR. If you get mistaken as a child because of your voice, I want to hear that. This is something we can do on the radio.
My friend in college had a voice that sounded and it was exacerbated by the phone. He sounded like a kid, like a little boy, and it was he was forever getting brick walls. Can you put your parents on?
Yeah.
But obviously he wasn't talking like a 6-year-old or an 8-year-old.
Let me go to Heather. Hi, Heather. Good morning.
Hey, guys. What's up?
Yeah, Heather. What's going on?
My niece is almost 30 years old, and she gave birth within the last, 7 months. And she tells me that, people give her dirty looks because she's got a baby and she looks young. I'm like, nah, that's not the case. Until I went out with her shopping one time, and I walked a little back, just far back, just to, see if she was full of crap or not. And sure enough, people look at the baby, they look up at her, and she's very slim. She's all skin and bone. She's gorgeous, but she has this angelic face that I think makes her look 15 years younger.
Like, what's your troubling story, sweetheart?
Right.
What happened to you?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I can definitely see that. I've seen women who are tiny who have babies that are like a half their.
Yeah.
It's like carrying around a full-sized human for them.
Somebody texted in and said being able to shop in the kids' clothes section can help save some money. That's
I know people
true.
who buy. I mean,
if you don't mind
I do.
Hello Kitty on your shirt.
No, well, I know people who do it, and I actually just did it for the first time, but will buy kids' Nikes because they're cheaper than the adult Nike.
Okay.
How big can you get them? Can you get them?
I mean, I can buy a kid size, and it's
Really?
equivalent to the size shoe that I wear. Yeah,
You have little feet?
The larger size shoe you wear, I don't know that you
How
can be
big's
able
your-
to.
what size
I
are you?
wear a 7, 6.5, 7.
So it'd be like a kid's 8 or
It's
a kid's 9.
No, what is it? It's a kid's 5, I think.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it's a size and a half or 2 sizes down.
So I was able to save by shopping in the kids section for my condoms. Because-
there you go.
Yeah, they were much
When
smaller.
I was a waiter, I needed to get pants for my waiting job, and I ended up going to Kohl's and I shopped. I got my pants in the kids' husky section.
My son is what you call stocky. He's husky. He's a whale.
Why'd you do that?
It was cheaper.
It was cheaper,
Listen, I
okay.
had no money,
Okay.
and I just needed black Dockers, and I think they're
interested in that house dress.
Where do the fat kids shop?
Where those huge gelatinous kids
All right.
shopping?
Let me go to Joe. Hey, Joe, good morning.
Hey, you guys rock.
Thank you, Joe. What's up, buddy?
So when I started teaching initially, after I graduated, I was actually at my alma mater, and they asked me to go work at my high school, which I was really happy to do, to teach Spanish. And I have a backpack that's a professional bag to carry my laptop in. And I'm walking back to the other school that I normally teach at, and another teacher in the hallway, she's like, "Hey, son, do you have your hall pass?" And I work here.
Yeah.
Dude. I work here! Hey! Hey! I work here,
You
a-hole!
son of a bitch. Imagine you think this little kid is freaking out. I swear to God, I'm going to sleep with your wife.
Oh, that's funny, Joe.
Yeah, no. Does it become annoying, Joe?
Yeah, I mean, that's why I had to grow out a full beard. Because if not, like nowadays, like if I shaved it off, I would look like a middle school student, and I don't want to get flagged down again.
Preston, I'm thinking of that Monsters episode where Eddie has the full beard.
Oh, yes. Hey, by the way, so if you watch Umbrella Academy, the character number 5, he is a young guy, looks really, really young, but acts much, much older.
Right.
And his character in real life is an elderly guy, but he's in a kid's body. And he pulls that off.
He's great.
Seamlessly. Yep. And I'm always amazed by that. Somebody who can
project that.
You might sit there and go, okay, maybe this guy's in his 30s and he's got some kind of a condition that makes him look like he's, 13 years old.
You refer to kids like that. They say they're possessed of an old soul.
An old soul, yeah.
The only time I ever felt like he wasn't doing a great job acting like an adult in this past season was when he was drinking alcohol. I was like, if he actually ever drank alcohol, he wouldn't be drinking like that. Do you know what I mean?
I do, yeah.
Let me go to Ashley, who sounds very young. Hi, Ashley. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, Ashley. So let's hear you chat a little bit. What have you? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I'm 41.
Oh, wow.
And I get from like teenager to young 20s. And I look very young too.
Okay, so not only do you look young, you sound young. So that's a double edge when you're trying to say buy alcohol or go into a bar or something.
Do you get carded a lot?
And yes, absolutely. And I have a 21-year-old daughter too. So when I was young, when she was younger, I would get dirty looks all the time. Like anytime I went to the store, people would like give me dirty looks, and I even had a lady at the store come up to me and tell me I should be ashamed of myself.
What? Because she thought you
was like
because she thought you were like a teenager with a child with an adult child, or
yes.
None of your business. First,
do you guys get mistaken for sisters? You and your daughter?
Yes.
That's got to be cool in one way.
Yeah.
So when is it the most frustrating? Like when strangers are berating you at Wawa?
Yeah, like it was just embarrassing. Like and I shouldn't have to tell someone like what my age is. Like,
Right.
Here's my ID.
Yeah.
Like just mind your business.
Yeah. Exactly.
Have you ever been in a place? I mean, you always have to make sure you have that ID on you, or you will end up screwed in a number of situations.
Always.
Yeah. No.
Even checking into hotels, they're like, excuse me, where are your parents?
Yeah. Where's your mom? Where is your mommy?
If you're sitting, if you're at a restaurant and you're with a whole group of friends, adults, whatever, and you order a cocktail, or sometimes you the only one that they'll ask to see an ID?
Always.
Always.
So have you ever been offered like a comic book or like a?
Stare at it.
Yeah.
Like they'll stare at it for like a good minute. And I know they want to be like, especially when they hear me speak too, because I sound really.
That doesn't help.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Ashley.
You know what I think adds to it, because it
Thank
does
you,
happen.
Marissa. Don't forget that we have a little party coming up. I'll do some giveaways in a little while, not at this very moment, for our Galentine's Day party, which is a Preston and Steve sorority party. Zeta Eta Pi. We're bringing back the sisters again. And if you're not a member yet, we can get you on board. But listen up. It's coming up on February 12th. I'll tell you when to call in. And we're going to play bingo then.
Yay!
That's what we're going to do.
That's a bingo.
So stand by for that. But we are going to do a completely different segment. It's one that we don't do that often anymore.
No, we do not.
Because Casey didn't like it.
Yeah.
But we're doing it. It's time for the historian once again. Yes.
Now from the libraries of WWMR in Balkan, Pennsylvania, we go to the keeper of all knowledge, the chronicler of the past, the historian.
Thank you, sir. I have my.
He is a man.
Yeah, you got your pipe out.
I have my pipe. And listen, if you would like to hear the historian more often, do me a favor, send me a pipe.
Oh, there you go.
And then I'll have a variety of pipes to choose
And
from.
it will show support.
You know what I want? I want one like in Inglourious Bastards in the beginning, in the the scene at the farm at the dairy farm. He's got that gigantic German pipe.
Yeah.
And I actually wish I smoked tobacco pipe. You know why? Because with the pipe, with one like this I have in my right now, is you can point with it. Hey, can you hand me that over there?
It's a great sort of affectation to have it.
You can even signal some. You see some. They come into the room, into the club.
Yeah.
Oh, over here.
Did you
And a signal to them.
Throckmorton over here. I'm back with Reginald.
Did you know anybody that smoked a pipe?
No,
Yeah,
not
okay.
tobacco. Well, my uncle did.
Okay.
My dad's brother, Uncle Irv, smoked tobacco pipe.
My neighbor across the street was friends with his grandson. He had a whole array of pipes that like sat right next to his recliner. I love the smell of pipe tobacco.
Me too.
Me too.
Love it. Yeah.
Yeah. Once you get a lot, let's get you a box and we open it up like a tea box. And
Yes.
you can choose which pipe you
I
want
love
to
it.
use
I
for
think
the
like-
day.
Like a gun rack.
I love it. Yeah. Anyway, I love all these ideas. But anyhow, this is my one and only pipe that I have. All right. So we're going to start with this. And the reason I decided to go with the historian is I saw this story yesterday. It took place. This exact story took place on January 26, 1972.
All right.
And I'd never heard this before.
And that's history.
It is history. Yep. And the woman's name, what happened to my...
What?
Oh, here it is. So I had her name. God damn it.
I think the historian's having a stroke.
I had an opening page for this.
Do you smell burning toast?
Her last name is Volovich.
Volovich.
But I don't have her first name. The opening
Ivanka
line from this. Oh, I'm so mad because I did this last night. All right, anyway.
Tatiana.
Where I said, can you look up, this woman was a 22-year-old stewardess in 1972 when she plummeted 33,000 feet from a plane that blew apart over Czechoslovakia, killing every other person on the aircraft. She holds the distinction of being the survivor who has lived after the highest fall. Yeah, so her name is Vesna Vulovic. So she said, I was broken and the doctors put me back together again. She told the New York Times in 2008 of her recovery after suffering a fractured skull and breaking her legs, 3 vertebrae, and pelvis decades before. She said, nobody ever expected me to live this long. So she fell from
30,000 feet, right?
33,000 feet from an aircraft and survived. On January 20, so think about skydiving. That's usually around 10, 12, 13,000 feet, something in that range. This is 10,000 feet above that.
That's insane.
And she lived. On January 26, 1972, Volovich, who wasn't actually scheduled to be working, was mistaken for another stewardess with the same first name and boarded a Yugoslavia Airlines Douglas DC-9 in Copenhagen. It was bound for Belgrade. An hour into the flight, the jetliner had 27 other people on board, exploded over the village of Zerbska Kamens. Meanwhile, Volovich, who was initially trapped inside the broken fuselage by a food cart, fell more than 6 miles to the ground, where tree covered in snow apparently softened the landing of the broken aircraft.
So when you fall from 33,000 feet, hope you land in tree coverage.
Yeah, so she was heard screaming and rescued by a nearby woodsman, and she went on to spend 10 days in a coma at a local hospital. The 27 passengers and crew, they all died.
Now, when they put her back together, it's my understanding she could run 65 miles an hour and had an arm that was incredibly strong and an eye that would go boop, 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 boop.
Authorities determined at the time that explosives hidden in a suitcase caused the plane to come apart. No arrests were ever made. But in 2009, investigative journalists argued that the aircraft may have been accidentally shot down by the Czechoslovakian Air Force.
I mean, I'm sorry, did you mention the second highest?
No, I don't know what that is.
I wonder what the second highest is.
It's a very good
Just
question.
to put this into perspective.
Yeah. Volovich was never able to recall her memories from the devastating crash.
So she doesn't recall whether she was screaming or going, wee.
Yeah, but her miraculous survival made her renowned in her home country of Serbia. And Steve, the best part, in 1985, Volovich was awarded a certificate and a medal by Paul McCartney.
Oh, my God.
I know.
You fell from very far.
Yeah.
Biddly, biddly, bam.
That Paul McCartney.
Wow.
What did you do?
During the Guinness
You
World...
got blown up.
It was during the Guinness World Records Hall of Fame ceremony, and he awarded her that for the highest fall survived without a parachute. I have no idea why Paul McCartney was given the distinction to do that.
The hell am I doing here? All right. Hey, congratulations on your fall.
And when she hit the ground, she went bouncy, bouncy.
Boodly, boodly, bamboo. Careening off a garbage truck.
And she continues to hold the title to this day.
You know what? Even if I didn't know about the fall, I'd take one look at your face and guess something happened.
Oh, dude, are you serious?
As we say in Liverpool, you got a face like a smashed bungo.
Actually, she looks rather attractive.
We're looking at a picture of the two of them together. How
you know,
crazy.
I used to be with a woman whose legs are blown off by landmines. I got that wrong?
I got that wrong. So the same...
He was chewed off by Rottweilers.
The same year of the crash, Vulovic started a new job at Yugoslav Airlines.
By the way, I carry a portable echo machine with me.
This time in an office, and she worked there for 18 years.
Yeah, how could you get back on a plane after that happened?
Until she said she was forced to retire after demonstrating against President Slobodan Milosevic, who died in jail while he was being tried for war crimes. In 2016, Vulovic died at her home in Belgrade. She was 66 years old, but her devotion to her years.
There was another flight attendant, Preston, who fell 16 feet off a stepladder, and she got to meet Ringo.
Oh, wow. Well, that's what you get.
Yeah.
Right? You don't get to meet Paul.
30,000 feet and above, you get me, and about 16, up to 20 feet, you get Ringo.
So I thought that I had never heard of anybody. Every now and then you hear of somebody who does fall from a couple thousand feet up.
Yes.
And by just for whatever happenstance, they land in a certain way. They land on a certain type of ground that's soft or something along those lines, and they actually survive.
So there is, believe it or not, a protocol. I've seen it pop up a number of times on my YouTube feed.
Yeah.
And I follow these survival guys and these people who do, in all extreme conditions, what you do. And basically, you try to human wingsuit it,
as best you can.
as you can.
Yeah.
And then, but they always say, try to land. What try to land?
Yeah, right.
Did you guys watch the Alex Honnold thing, the Taipei
I just saw
tower
clips.
climb? Okay.
Yeah,
I watched it yesterday, and I got like really, really uneasy feeling as he got to the top, especially once he was on the top of that globe, just standing there.
Takes that selfie.
Yeah.
And it's like a bowling ball he was standing on top of.
Casually.
Very casually. But I was thinking about that thing. But what I was thinking about, Casey, no matter how adept that guy is, how strong he is, and his ability to hang on to stuff, if a strong enough gust of wind came along, it doesn't matter. And you're gone, man.
It was really windy, too.
But
how you doing up there? If you fall, you'll get to meet me.
I don't know.
If you fall from the first floor, you're only meeting Ringo.
I didn't stick around long enough to see if they covered his descent, but I think I would have had a harder time watching that.
He rappelled down and then...
he rappelled down?
Yeah, he just rappelled down to a viewing area, and then he took the elevator.
Okay.
Pussy.
No, he wasn't climbing back down. It's not as exciting.
With a rope? What a pussy.
All right, so anyhow, yes, Marissa.
I found some answers why Paul McCartney was there. The same year, he won a Guinness World Record for the most recorded song ever written.
So he was at the same ceremony.
Yesterday.
Why he
Paul,
was
you have
there.
a second to talk to the woman who fell 30,000 feet. I'm not talking to her.
I guess that's why he was there. Okay.
I'm talking to the gunning champion.
All right, I have another story from the historian, and this one has its roots in Philadelphia, and I thought this would be worth bringing up.
We're getting
today.
close to home. It's almost like City Beat combined with historians.
So Philadelphia played a key role in giving the world one of its most familiar and most dreaded bathroom fixtures, and that is Listerine. There are a lot of things that have their origins in Philadelphia, and I'm going to try to search out some of them from time to time and share them with you.
What's your relationship with Listerine?
I never have been a Listerine fan. It's even the variety of flavors of it. It's never been my go-to mouthwash.
I kind of go with it because I feel that it is powerful and is sort of blowing out my mouth.
I understand that.
You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely because it's got that medicinal
got that
taste to it.
Strong taste to it.
And for the longest time, that was like the only flavor they had.
Yeah.
Was just-
Then there's Scope, and there's others that are a little bit more, I think, easy.
The only flavor they had was Listerine flavor, right?
Yeah.
All right, but it's not only was it a useful product, it had other intentions, And it was also apparently original in its marketing. So in the late 19th century, Philadelphia was one of the most important medical centers in the United States. Hospitals, universities, physicians, they were at the forefront of a new and revolutionary idea, which was that cleanliness could help save lives. Germ theory was gaining acceptance at the time. This is in the late 19th century, and antiseptics were becoming essential tools in surgery. So it was in this environment.
So I understand you invented Listerine.
It was in this environment that Dr. Joseph Lawrence, a Philadelphia physician, had developed a powerful antiseptic formula inspired by the work of British surgeon Joseph Lister, a pioneer of sterile surgical techniques. The solution was designed not for fresh breath, but for the operating room to disinfect surgical instruments and clean wounds.
This is my associate, Dr. Areen.
This is what it was normally. They put the two of them, Lister and Lorraine, together. So it was used to clean wounds and to disinfect surgical instruments. So to honor Lister's influence, the product was named Listerine. Okay. So
I would prefer an automobile.
In its early years, Listerine was marketed as a multi-purpose medical product. Advertisements promoted it as a surgical antiseptic, a treatment for dandruff, a household cleaner, and even a remedy for certain sexually transmitted diseases. Using it as a mouth rinse was only one of many suggested applications, and not particularly an important one either. So this was just.
Can I talk to you for a minute?
This was like just another thing that you could do with it. Okay?
Yeah, almost like the baking soda of the antiseptic world.
Exactly, multi-use.
Yeah,
but all we know it now is for breath.
I still take it for syphilis.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for a while, sales were modest. The product worked, but it wasn't essential. People didn't feel that they needed it, and that would change soon. In the early 20th century, the Lambert Pharmaceutical Company, which marketed Listerine nationally, made a decision that would permanently alter American consumer culture. Rather than selling the product as a general antiseptic, they decided to sell it as a cure for a newly emphasized condition, halitosis. Bad breath, of course, had always existed, but the word halitosis sounded clinical, serious, and alarming. Listerine's advertising framed it not as a minor inconvenience, but as a hidden social affliction, one that could quietly sabotage careers, friendships, and marriages. Ads showed lonely women and embarrassed men, warning readers that they might be offering everyone around them or offending everyone around them without them even knowing it. The solution, conveniently, was simple. Rinse daily with Listerine.
Deborah, your mouth smells like my bunghole.
So
You might be suffering from halitosis.
So from a marketing standpoint, they pushed it, and they made people, you make people afraid of it.
Well, you remember
you give them the solution.
There would be a, do I offend? Would be whether you had halitosis or any sort of body odor.
Yeah. So the campaign was a sensation. Within a few years, Listerine's annual sales skyrocketed from roughly $115,000 to more than $8 million.
Hey, Vanessa, have you been eating turds?
Mouthwash went from optional to essential, and a product born in Philadelphia's medical community became a permanent fixture in bathrooms around the world.
So mouthwash in general was created with the Listerine, and then you have obviously the knockoffs or the other competitors. And what are they? Scope?
Yeah, I mean, you have like Act is one now. I think Crest has the. I think they all have their own.
There's a large section of mouthwashes in any pharmacy.
Yeah, I don't.
CVS's.
Crest makes them. Yeah, I don't make. I don't use mouthwash.
Do you
guys use it?
just regular booze? Do we do that?
No, I just brush my teeth.
Yeah.
You guys-
I use it every day.
Yeah. Sometimes it's very, very few and far between.
Yeah.
Like maybe a few times a year.
I actually use it in the morning and in the evening.
Do you?
Yeah.
And we got fun.
Yeah.
I have it all the time. I think it's the one product that I'm not brand loyal to. It's just whatever's on sale.
Okay, I got you. I'm kind of that way with toothpaste. I used to be exclusively Crest, but now I'm just like, I'll take that, whatever.
Do you know what I sometimes use? Oreo cream.
Oh,
yeah.
That's yummy. And it's vegan.
Yeah.
I grew up on Act, though, because they had this special bottle that you could squeeze.
Yes.
And it had the cup at the top.
Oh.
Yes, and then they would have bubble gum for kids.
Okay, makes sense.
By the way, one of the greatest things we ever had, Casey, is thanks to your wife.
Yeah.
There were Colgate bubblegum flavored toothpaste, little tubes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, they were the best,
They were
man.
good.
Yeah.
Philadelphia. So today, few people associate Listerine with Philadelphia, but it's a global brand now, stripped of the local origins. But its story reflects something deeply characteristic of the city itself, which is serious scientific innovation paired with bold, occasionally ruthless ambition. Philadelphia helped pioneer antiseptic medicine, and in the process, helped invent modern advertising anxiety. It's a legacy that's easy to overlook, but once you know it, it's hard to think of the city not to think of the city every time you brace yourself for that first minty burn that you get.
It's about creating the need.
Yeah.
Creating the perceived need.
Yep.
That was in Mad Men. They did it many times, talking about, or even The Wolf of Wall Street. Why do you need this pen? What is? Well, this is what I need it for. And then when you create that connection, okay, I guess this is something I'll do on a daily basis.
And this is what it was an earlier example of that. So
they've never been able to crack the butthole though for daily deodorizing.
Daily deodorizing.
Oh, they have those body sprays now, though.
Yeah, actually, they're getting there with the instead of just under the arms, bits, taint.
Body spray for your butt?
Well,
well, it's like a deodorant.
Like Secret and brands like that recognized that people were putting deodorant all over their body.
Yeah.
So now they're marketing it as a spray that is an all over body spray.
Okay. All right. Very good. Okay. Now, more history for you. And this one's going to be several different things. So there are slang words that we have been using for a while that maybe you've never thought about the origins, or maybe about how old they might be, older than you had realized.
So you believe they're kind of current, but they have a rich history.
Yep. So slang words, phrases,
Visiting the historian.
even acronyms whose use historically extends further back than we may have expected. So I'll show you some examples of these. The word biz, B-I-Z, the shortening of business, is now more than a century and a half year old. The American humorist Charles Farrar Brown, a favorite of Abraham Lincoln, no less.
He's a hoot.
Wrote, "I must be forth to my biz," back in 1862.
1862.
B-I-Z is how it was spelled, too.
My dearest wife, I just came from my tent where I was engaging in my biz, wink, wink.
In one of the...
There's some of my biz all over the inside of the tent.
he used biz in one of the many works that he wrote under the pen name of Artemus Ward.
Biz.
1862.
It's pretty wild, isn't it?
I never would have thought it was
biz
back
you would have
then.
thought would have been something more recent than...
Yeah, maybe 60s, something like that, you know?
Did he
Showbiz.
B-I-S or B-I-Z?
B-I-Z.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in fact, it was the 60s. The 1860s when that came out. All right, the word celeb. As a word for fame or renown, celebrity itself is perhaps older than you think. It was first recorded in the writings of Canterbury Tales author Geoffrey Chaucer. And it came to be used as a famous person in 1831. According to the Oxford English Dictionary, it was then shortened to celeb in 1907.
So, yeah, that's pretty wild because you would think that's more a tabloid concoction.
Yep. All right, the word cool. Cool has meant slightly cold since the days of Old English. And over the past thousands of years, 1,000 years or so, it's been used metaphorically in various contexts to refer often somewhat negatively to people's lack of interest, enthusiasm, or passion. So not the type that we use today.
Not the Fonzie way.
So the more positive use of cool to variously mean fashionable, sophisticated, or inspired is a more modern invention, but when it first appeared is debatable. The Oxford English Dictionary has found a single use of the phrase, and I kid you not, this is how it was used. And like you would think today, that's cool. D-A-T''S, cool. That was in 1884.
Wow.
No
That's
kidding.
cool.
A young Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
But the context in which it was used makes it impossible to tell whether it's positive or negative.
I was told today we might be going to war. I said, that's cool.
The first unquestionably positive use of the word, though, dates back to 1918. But that's cool was in 1884.
That's pretty wild.
Wow.
That's like hearing that Jesus said jabroni.
Jabroni.
Cool word.
All right, crib. MTV's Cribs may have debuted in 2000, but William Shakespeare used crib to mean a dwelling in Henry IV, Part 2. All written sometime in the 1590s.
It is, Juliet. Shall I pick you up at your crib?
Although, admittedly, the context suggests that
Where's some real happening kicks?
he likely meant the word to mean a fairly cramped and shabby hovel. Not a beautiful palatial place.
Right.
Like, I was thinking about that show Cribs the other day.
It was fun.
When that hit, that was
Loved it.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
You got to see some, really cool, I'll never be able to afford that type of dwellings.
I'm always a fan of that. Lifestyles of the rich and famous.
Yeah.
What do you got going on? And what do you have that I'm never going to have?
Well, now I watch there are specific, like on HGTV, multi-million-dollar home things that you can watch. There's one that I forgot the name of the show. It's on some channel, whatever my TV is set at. And they go through really unique, expensive homes, but they are uniquely architecture
Right.
and really cool. Yeah.
Okay, I know.
forgot the name of
think
it
I know
though.
what you're talking about.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love in cribs when the artwork would just be sitting on the floor.
Yeah.
And it's like, this,
Like some
this'll be,
super expensive.
Yeah. Or it's like their Scarface poster. Be like, we didn't hang it up in time, but we wanted it out.
All right, dude is another one. And no one is entirely sure where the word dude came from, but given that it first emerged in America as far back as in 1883, it originally referred to a dandyish fop.
A dandyish fop.
It's not unconvincingly been suggested that it might be a shortening of Yankee Doodle, dude.
Fop. Yeah.
Another theory, though, claims that it might be clipped from attitude or else extended from duds, meaning clothing, which dates back to the 16th
So
century.
it's all a sartorial sort of thing.
Yeah, they're not
I had
really
heard
sure.
that it was Eve who was the first person to utter the word dude.
I didn't. Oh, really?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Dude.
Or wouldn't it have been Adam, though? She pulls the apple down. He's like, dude, we were told not to do that.
Specifically, not those apples.
Or it was Lilith, the
Yeah.
chick before Eve.
That said dude?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why they got rid of him.
All right. So then, Dude Ranch comes from obviously, but how old
Cowboy
is
duds?
Yeah.
I always heard it was a pejorative. They're calling someone a dude.
Yeah, we talked about that one time,
Yeah.
about Dude Ranch specifically.
But that wasn't borne out.
And I don't remember, Casey.
Right.
But dude duds, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So milk duds are
Dudes.
chocolate-covered clothing.
Yeah.
All right, fly. How about that word? Fly was first used as an adjective in 1724, originally in the sense of someone being keenly aware or attentive. But the even more contemporary sounding use of fly to describe someone as or something particularly fashionable or stylishly striking
You're pretty fly for a white guy.
is almost as old. A fly white petticoat was mentioned in the memoirs of an English highwayman named John Poulter in 1753. That's how far back, fly honeys, as Marky Mark would have said back then.
Prithee, sir, wilt thou be bringing some fly honeys to our crib later?
1753 is
1753.
how far back fly goes.
Fly.
Never would have guessed that one. All right, the word high been used to mean elevated since the Old English period, but in relation to being intoxicated, high has been used to describe the effects of drugs since 1935.
Okay, that seems a little bit more reasonable.
Well, people have been getting high on alcohol since 1607, but high.
I wonder if the derivation is you have sort of an elevate or a perceived elevated
Mental
awareness?
state, or I don't know.
So
it's a
you're
good question.
high.
Mm-hmm. All right, the word hot. Just like high, hot has been used to mean excessively warm since the days of Old English, but its more figurative use in relation to someone's attractiveness is nonetheless well established. In the 14th century, it was used personally to refer to someone feeling a flustered state of desire, and by 1886, it had been come to known as to describe someone who is sexually attractive. 1886, hot. Okay.
That's pretty wild.
I like that one.
He's got a boner.
He's clearly hot.
This person's quickly. Oh, look, he's got a boner. He possesses a boner.
All right.
Look, he's got a boner.
The word legit.
Two quits.
Yes. Legitimate was first cut down to just legit in 19th century theatrical parlance and was originally used to refer in reference to legitimate drama as opposed to less meritable farces and variety comedy.
See, I don't know why I perceive the more recent thing, the cutting down of words, you know, that this was actually always the thing.
Right.
To take a word and trim it down.
I as well.
Why wouldn't it be?
Yeah. I thought you're right. It makes sense that people would shorten a word just for slang.
Yeah.
But I don't think of it that way.
Never do.
Because when you read, older material, it's usually chunkier words.
Right. They're using the full word.
Yep.
They're legit.
How about this word? Natch.
What? I don't even know.
Naturally.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Never heard that term?
No.
Natch. So the adverb.
Heard of snatch.
Of course.
Yeah.
See, snatch.
You can hear the ocean.
The adverb naturally was first clipped down to natch in the jazzy slang of the early 1940s. That's all it says here. I have no further information. I apologize. All right, here's one that you would know. Not. Yeah. Might have been popular from Wayne's World in the 90s, but there is a written reference of tagging not onto the end of sentences to suddenly imply the complete opposite. And since as far back as the mid-19th century in none other than novels of George Eliot.
So we're talking like 1850s.
In 1860, Eliot's Mill, Mill on the Floss, that's the name of the story, contains the line, and I'll read this verbatim. She would not make a sweet, strange, troublesome, adorable wife to some man or other, but he would never have chosen her himself. Did she feel as he did? He hoped she did. Not.
What the hell are you talking about?
Not. And so that's the way they put it.
So that's kind of a hooker.
I've been around for a while. Sorry, I got my pipe in my mouth.
It's interesting. Let's go to the libraries of Bala Kinwood.
I'm not done
yet. Still going.
How about OMG?
Oh, yeah.
OMG.
That's coming back again.
All right. So previously only known from the 90s jargon of internet chat rooms. In the early 2000s, the earliest known use of the acronym OMG was discovered in a letter written in 1917 to future Prime Minister Winston Churchill by John Fisher, who had served as the British Royal Navy's first Sea Lord.
OMG, LOL.
This was during
STFU.
During the early years of World War I.
SMD.
OMG was actually used back then.
That's pretty wild.
And you mentioned LOL. You want me to give you an LOL?
Why not?
Yeah.
LOL was first used to mean laugh out loud in groups back in the mid-1990s and has seemingly been pronounced as a word. LOL, rhyming with Noel. LOL. I didn't know since the early 2010s. I always said LOL.
Yeah, so do I.
So its very earliest meaning, however, was somewhat different. In the first known written record of the acronym LOL, it was used to mean, anybody want to guess? You won't get it.
I already saw it.
LOL?
No, go ahead.
Little old lady.
Little old lady?
Yeah, in 1960 newspaper article in San Francisco.
And LOL, a little old lady.
All right, I just have just a couple more, and then we got to wrap it up. Smash.
All right, take a dump.
That's when I first read this, I giggled at how much I love that term.
Yeah.
I got to take a smash.
Right. Is that
There's
what they're
something
talking
about that? I love it.
So obviously we're talking about smashing, pulverizing something, correct?
I believe so. Yeah, smash was probably originally onomatopoeic and in its relation to a noisy crashing together. Likely dates back to the late 1600s in the more figurative sense of a resounding success.
Oh, it's a smash hit.
Smash hit.
I see. It's just a smash hit.
The first smash hits were two Broadway productions, The Fool and The Rise of Rosie O'Reilly.
Oh, two of my faves.
That were so labeled by Variety magazine back in 1923. That seems like an older term.
Which you prefer, the Fool or the other one?
The Fool or the Rise of Rosie O'Reilly? I don't know. I got to go with Rosie O'Reilly.
You got it.
Everyone loves Rosie O'Reilly.
Oddly, before then,
It's a smash hit.
a cultural smash was the complete opposite. The Oxford Dictionary had unearthed a handful of evidence of the word being used in relation to a crushing commercial failure.
So a smash would have been a failure.
Yeah, more akin to a market crash rather than a breakout smash. And that was from as early as 1839. All right, two more here. So-so.
So-so.
Yeah, things aren't quite bad, and they're not quite good either. You might be tempted to call them so-so. As colloquial as that might sound, though, people have been describing intermediate or middling circumstances this way since the days of Henry VIII.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, I used to hear that a lot more. I don't hear that. I hear like mid.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Or something that falls somewhere in the middle.
Yeah. I'll say so-so every now and then. So, le classement de la langue François, I have no idea if I'm saying that correctly, was one of the first major bilingual dictionaries of French and English written by the English priest and scholar John Palsgrave, who worked as a tutor to the royal household under King Henry himself way back in 1530. In it, he gave so-so as a fitting English translation to the similarly idiomatic French expression, telement quellement.
Telement quellement?
Okay.
Telement quellement.
By the way, Casey, you remember that opening page I missed on that the story?
You just found it?
It was stapled to the back of this list that I'm using right now.
What did it say?
10 years after Vesna Volik's death, she continues to hold the world record for surviving the highest fall without a parachute. All right, last word origin or slang term origin, and then we're moving on, is the word spill. Oddly, to spill first meant to kill or destroy.
Spill blood?
And I guess so. And has since been suggested that this somewhat bloody original meaning might relate to other similar words for bloodied animal fur or even flayed skin. It was in the sense of putting something to waste that later came to be used as messily dropping the contents of something. So the more contemporary use of spilling, gossip, or a secret, like telling someone,
spilling the beans,
spilled the tea, spilled the beans, whatever, is still over 200 years old. In the early 19th century slang, to spill meant to betray a fellow criminal or confidant to the authorities. And then by the turn of the 20th century, the word has likewise come to mean to reveal or disclose something secret or personal.
Right. I'd be curious to find out where drop a deuce comes from.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, it's got to come from number two.
Got to come from somewhere,
exactly.
yeah.
Number two. Yep. And I wonder where
it was first used.
When number one and number two were first. You know what? We'll do some digging next time. I apologize if we had time. I would have done the history of the ball peen hammer. But we're out of time with the historian. So sorry, Mr. Announcer.
So we leave the libraries, the WMML libraries in stately Ballackinwood, Pennsylvania. The historian puts out his pipe, takes out his hand lotion,
and gets started. All right. Well, hopefully you enjoyed this segment today, and we'll do it again another time.
If you like it, send them a pipe.
Send me a pipe.
If you don't send a pipe.
I want you, and not weed pipes either. I've got those. I want tobacco pipes. All right, we're going to take a break. We're going to come back at the Philly Auto Show.
Yes.
Coming to town. We'll get the details in a little bit. Stay with us.
Barbecue 2026, Saturday, May 9th at Freedom Mortgage Pavilion, featuring Godsmack, Alice Cooper, The Hooters, Everclear, plus Des Rocks, Cami Kehoe, Lilac, our local shots opener, The Circus Hearts, and the Preston and Steve side stage with live band karaoke with Sidearm. It's always an all-day party, so don't miss out. Early bird tickets start at just $35 to sit your ass in the grass. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. From 93.3 WMMR. Everything that rocks.
Because you know how young I look.
You look
guys.
incredibly young.
Yeah, because I look so young. No, but
it was Preston and Steve and the kid was the original party.
No, but seriously, if I don't have makeup on, I always get carded. Like they'll look at me. Yeah, if I guess I don't know, I look younger or whatever. And what was amazing was when I went out to dinner with my best friend Elisa Frederico, aka Dressing Jane, and they carded her and not me. And they carded me and not her. We're the exact same age. So of course, when the lady walked walked away. I was like, I clearly aged better than you.
I'm going to go to, hang on, Kevin wants us to try something out. Hey, Kevin, good morning.
Good morning, Gadzooks.
Gadzooks, what's up, bud?
So my daughter has the same issue everybody else does. She sounds so much younger than she is, and she looks younger. So I was going to have her talk to you guys a little bit, and then we'd give you the surprise on how old she is today.
All right. How
okay.
It's her birthday today. All right, so what's her name?
Her name is Phoenix.
Okay. And, hey, Phoenix, how you doing?
I'm good.
Okay, so we can hear your voice a little bit. Tell us a little bit about yourself, where you grew up, where you went to school, stuff like that.
Neshaminy.
Oh, I went to Neshaminy, in Pennsylvania. It's hilarious because the amount of the times that people ask me like how old I am, it's hilarious.
Okay. All right.
Because like I look and I sound younger than I am, and I've had many people tell me that they think that I'm 16.
Okay.
I would guess younger.
I'd guess younger.
I would say
too.
middle school.
Yeah, I was going to say like 13 years old. Yeah, something like that.
So Phoenix just turned 21.
Hey, happy birthday.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Thank you.
And are you ready to face the now? Number one, do you drink alcohol, or are you going to start drinking alcohol today?
Probably. I'm probably gonna have a drink when I get home from after work.
All right, are you are going to be prepared to have that ID ready to go all the time, I guess.
Yeah.
What about like things like R-rated movies and stuff like that? Has anybody ever stopped you and checked your ID?
Honestly, no.
Okay.
Really? Okay. Like, you sound so young. They probably proof you for like milk at Wawa, or if you're purchasing. You do. Yeah, I would have put you in like 11, 12. You know. Oh well, that's cool. Listen, there's a plus side to that. We assume because you are this way, you will age. You'll look younger longer. But I have seen people hit that wall where they've looked young and sounded young all their lives, and then it just like snaps and they fall apart. So hopefully that won't happen to you.
All right, cool. Well, thank you guys for your call. Appreciate it. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
She does sound
Speaking
young.
to somebody who looks and sounds young, and I just saw a story about her this morning. Yardley Smith.
Yes.
Who's the voice of Lisa Simpson.
Just got married.
She got married to her security guard, or somebody who was in charge of her security. So that's
her security.
They were doing a little story on her, and she's one of those who always looked way younger and sounded way younger than she actually was, because that voice of Lisa Simpson is almost exactly just her regular speaking voice. Let me go, hang on here. I'm going to go to Shannon. Hi, Shannon. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, what's up, Shannon?
Not much. So I started working at a funeral home, my family funeral home, when I was 20. And I look really young. I sound really young. And my first experience was when I started answering the phone. I answered the phone, and this lady thought I was like 14 years old. She just couldn't stop laughing. And I was like, I'm trying to get your information. I'm trying to be professional. And she just wouldn't stop laughing. She's just like, how old are you? You sound like you're like 12. Why are you answering the funeral home?
Shannon, did this woman just have a loved one die recently that it called?
Yes.
And she had the moment. Okay.
My husband just died in a horrible locomotive crash, but you're really pepping me up.
Right. So I just was like, all right, I'm trying to be taken seriously, but you know, do you want to take a break? Call me back. Like, I don't know, whatever you want to do. I mean,
Shannon, they must think, or she must have thought that you use the bodies, you drink their blood to remain eternally young.
Yeah.
That's the whole, that's why, that's what's happening over there. They're drinking the blood. That's funny, especially at a funeral home.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I look really young too. So when I would take funerals, people, just are like, "What the heck is this chick doing? She can't be in charge."
It's routinely a funeral home. It's not like a teenager's summer job, you know.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I automatically think of old people when I think somebody running a funeral home. Well, I'm sure it's not.
We're
the
so
case.
sorry about your loss and everything. I'm sorry. It was like so awesome.
All right. Thank you, Shannon. Appreciate it. Some people have been on hold for a while. I'm going to go to Matt next. Hi, Matt. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. Gadzooks.
Gadzooks, man. What's going on?
So I'm 30, and my wife a couple years ago was shopping for a wedding dress. They thought she was going for a prom dress.
Oh, my God. That's hilarious.
It happens all the time. I grew a beard just so that I look my age, but she's 5'0" and has a really young face. We're out to dinner, like, her parents take us out to dinner or something. She gets carded, I don't, and I'm like, why does this look so creepy now?
Yeah,
totally.
Oh, my God, Matt. So you have a beard, and you look like a molester then, right?
A little creepy, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like she's wearing a wedding ring. We're with her parents. Just come on.
Right.
Oh, that's funny.
I bet you when you walk along, people look for those hand signals like, I know she's been abducted. I'm just waiting for that hand signal.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Matt. Appreciate it. Then there are those people that are born that look older than they actually are. We're talking about this story. Simone Biles, the gymnast, was asked if she wanted a coloring book as she was getting on a flight.
It's too funny.
But when you're a teenager and you look older, that can play in your advantage.
Yeah.
Because that's the person that buys
Goes
the
by
beer.
Yeah, exactly.
Or at least tries to.
I got us hookers and beer for tonight.
Let me go to, let's see what we got.
Best elementary school ever.
Let's go to Chris. Hey, Chris, good morning.
Hey, what's the difference between people from Dubai and people from Abu Dhabi?
What was it?
Abu Dhabi do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forget the actual.
People from Dubai don't like the Flintstones. People from Abu
Dhabi do. It's one of my favorites, man. Never goes old.
All right, what's up, Chris?
So my wife is 5'1", and she looks. Everyone jokes she looks like she's 12.
Yeah.
So we've been married 13 years, together for 15. We have our oldest son is 12. It's just I called in about the rated R movie, but you touched on that earlier. But we get carded for rated R movies every once in a while.
Is she assumed to be your daughter?
What's that?
Do they assume sometimes that she's your daughter?
The movie attendant did, but the people at Graterford Prison did. I was a correction officer at Graterford Prison before it turned to Phoenix, and they every once in a while have searches, even for employees. So I brought her to work because she wanted my car for the day, and I brought her to work, and the guy asked me, "So what are you going to do with your daughter?" This is my wife. She has a driver's license.
Jeez, my God.
So do you sense that, Chris, that it's kind of flattering, or is it more annoying?
I love it.
What about her? What does she think about it, though?
I would assume she thinks it's flattering. I mean, it is a compliment.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
Especially when you're, going in and out of the prison.
Wow.
Get all those
to the point now where she has to get a duplicate ID so I can carry one of her IDs on me because sometimes she doesn't carry hers. And if we wanted to go to get a night drink or whatever, don't worry, I got your ID, babe.
Nice.
Yeah, you'll be screwed. Yes, absolutely.
All right, thanks, Chris. I appreciate it. All right. Wow. Well, yeah, it's it must be a bit of a pain, but somewhat flattering.
Yeah.
Like you were saying, Steve, I think that that can kind of work in your favor. All right. Anyhow, thank you for the phone calls. I appreciate it. Casey has alerted me that I have to give away another $25 gift card for Insomnia Cookies. Yes. It is caller number 14 that we will take right now, 215-263 WMMR. I'll give you the gift card. And don't forget that Insomnia Cookies' new premium ice cream flavors allow insomniacs to indulge in their favorite pairing of warm cookies and cold ice cream. And by the way, they had the cookies they brought in were hot today. They were like fresh out of the oven, still warm.
I tried. What do you have the list of the flavors over there? I forgot. Is it Moon? Was it
Moon Tracks?
Moon Tracks.
Yep.
I had.
It's excellent.
Oh boy,
I had the. Where was the one? It's not on here. I had the mint one. And I forgot the name because they have really cool names. So they have Cookies and Dream, Caramillionaire, which they didn't have. They ran out of it. They sold out of it. So that's very, very popular. But they have a classic, and some of the cookies they have are banana split, hot fudge sundae. So they have the cookies that have the ice cream flavors.
That's amazing.
Anyway, go to insomniacookies.com for details about the brand new Cookies in ice cream flavors. And in the meantime, we'll take that caller, set you up. We'll be back in a moment. When we return, Jenny Slate will be joining us. College friendly. So yes, today Nick McWayne's 47th birthday, and we thought it'd be nice to do something special. Sometimes we do little birthday events on the show, and sometimes we don't. We don't always do it. It kind of there's too many of us, and it would take too much.
We're busy people.
We're busy people.
Yeah, come on, man.
But this time around, Marissa Magnotta had a great idea.
Yeah,
And we're
home
like-
run.
And we're like, if you can make this happen, that would be fantastic.
Right.
So I'm gonna welcome now Nick, by the way, to set the stage. Nick is in the far corner of the studio. We have two podiums set up. And so obviously we're going to play some kind of game. Let me make sure your mic works. Nick, can you?
Yeah. Sound good?
Yeah, everything
Okay.
sounds good. Okay, so do you have any idea?
No.
No idea what's about to happen?
No, I'm a little nervous, but if there's any bit of trivia involved, I'm excited because I love trivia.
Yeah. What do you love about trivia? I
Well,
mean-
we used to play Crack Shot, which really made me nervous, but like it was also kind of fun, like trying to get them right. But I watch Jeopardy every night, and it's just my favorite game show. Shout out to Sheena Parveen, who's delivering clues on Jeopardy last night.
Yeah, she's now in San Diego, right?
Yeah, that was neat to see. But yeah, I mean, I'm just a trivia fan.
We did a classroom. And I think you saw. Well, you're better than I am as far as I do love Jeopardy. I do love the trivia, but I fold. I just get too. I fold instantly when the time pressure's on.
Well, Steve, like when you're on TV too, like when the cameras are on you, like I don't know if I'd ever do well on Jeopardy.
Yeah,
I do great on the couch when I'm sitting at home.
Yeah, likewise. Like I ran a couple of categories last night, and I'm like, how awesome? No, I'd be terrible.
Hey, didn't you audition for it one time or something like that?
I've auditioned for Jeopardy. I've never made it to the actual come out to LA stage,
right?
Of trying out. But there's a show that Ken Jennings is also on, and it's called
The Chase.
The Chase,
And it's based on a British version. And so they brought on the guy from The Chase, who's basically their GOAT with a couple of Jeopardy champions.
James Holzhauer's
Right,
on that,
yeah.
Brad Rutter, and so I tried out for that, and I made it kind of far in that tryout process. But yeah, getting on those shows is not easy.
Yeah, and maybe someday you'll get there, but today is going to be the next best thing because, Nick, we are welcoming to the studio 16-time Jeopardy champion Ryan Long this morning to battle you in a game of Preston and Steve style Jeopardy. So Ryan has just made it into the studio. Ryan, step up behind the podium right there.
Oh my God, what an honor. I'm a huge fan of Ryan. What a great
all
champion,
are.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
amazing. And a huge Eagles fan. And welcome to the studio, man. It's so nice to meet you.
I'm a huge everything, man.
Ryan graciously said yes to this invitation to come in and play a game of Jeopardy with you, Nick.
Well, it's I'm looking forward to losing, and but no, I mean Ryan, fantastic champion, really repped Philly well, and we chatted with you, I guess, over Zoom maybe 2 or 3 months ago, Ryan, and well, awesome. This is really cool. It's
Ryan-
a real honor to meet you.
Ryan's run, I think you'll agree, Nick. We all watching you go through the process of becoming a champ and keep going, and you really you. There's some champions who are like, okay, all right, not so interesting, but they're doing well. You were a lot of fun to watch, and so it's great to know that we'll be seeing you eventually when they have Tournament of Champions coming up. Have they alerted you to any that are in the future?
Yeah, well, first let me say I'm honored to be here in this temple of knowledge. The Tournament of Champions, we go back in
All right, thanks, Chris. Hey, do me a favor. I'll turn your mic off and back on again. Try that.
Camera one?
No,
No.
nothing.
I'll be right back.
Oh, wait,
there
there it
it
goes.
is. There it is. There it is.
Okay. Hold on.
Got it?
Yeah, you know what? I did. All I did was boost the level up. It was where it should have been. So, all right, problem fixed.
All
Problem
right.
solved.
Okay.
No
Yeah,
problem. We took care of that. All right, so the Philadelphia Auto Show is getting underway, folks. The 31st is day number 1. And, of course, they have their Black Tie Tailgate Party that's coming up as well. It'll run through, it says the 28th. Through February 28th. It's all month long?
Nope, February 8th.
I didn't think
There we
so.
go. That seemed a little
I'm
weird.
like, that's, wow, you guys have really
Dude,
stepped it up.
that is going to kill you.
Yeah.
It says 228 right
It
here on
sure
my sheet.
does.
That's it, great. We would like to welcome the president at Auto Dealers Association of Greater Philadelphia. Our good friend, Mr. Mike Gempp, is joining us.
Bring out the Gemp. There it is. I'm always waiting to hear what the buffer music is or whatever you're. I want the Brady Bunch one. I want the Mike one.
Oh, hi, Mike. Yeah,
The hi, Mike.
we can definitely do that. Yeah.
I got you.
Hold on.
Hi, Mike.
All right, there we go. A little nostalgia throwback. I appreciate that.
Give us the GIMP again if you wouldn't.
Yeah, please.
Bring out the Gemp.
Hi, Mike.
Mike was just telling us off air that this is 30 years for you.
Yeah, we share an anniversary. 30th auto show for me here in Philadelphia. I started a production company in Harrisburg, and then for the 2000 show, came over to the association. So 30 years for me.
And then I had asked you, I thought when I said, well, how long has the auto show been around? I was thinking, 35 years or something like that. No, when did it start?
Yeah, same year as the association that I work for started in 1904. So we've been around a long time.
1904, they were having some iteration of car shows.
They were. Yeah. They were gathering it, like a gathering
to look at the car.
To look at the vehicles, to look at the wheel.
The one car.
You gonna come see the car?
What would be the... Do you have something that old that's at the show representing?
One of the oldest ones we have is 1938. Buick is bringing in the first ever concept vehicle created called the Y Job. And Buick's bringing that in, and so it literally. I know.
It sounds sexual in some way, shape, or form.
No, it wasn't a hand job; it was better.
Oh my God!
So, but it literally was created exclusively for the purpose of gathering feedback on futuristic ideas and different things, and that was the first ever concept.
Not to go off on a tangent here, but it's one of the great aspects of the car show. And anytime you go, you'll see some of these concept cars. And I saw a Buick of all things. That is a concept car. It's one of the most gorgeous cars I've ever seen. You see bits of it in other models that they've released, but it's kind of cool to give you a peek into what might be coming down the road. No pun intended.
Marissa just pulled up a picture of the Y Job. That is a cool looking car, man.
Isn't it all? And it was way ahead of its time at that point. The designer Harley Earl was basically way ahead. He was doing the closed headlamps. He was doing the retractable roof, which was electronic at the time, electronic doorknob. But it really, a lot of the features that came out of it, not only for Buick, but the auto industry in general, took and ran with.
So with concepts, is it usually they purposely push the boundaries on those? They will do things that aren't necessarily practical and put them into design to give a really unique look about them. Is that kind of the goal of concepts to kind of just push it a little bit?
Yeah, no, it's definitely to try some new different things that they're hoping are going to take off, not only in their brand, but then in the industry in general. I mean, today when you come down to the auto show, you're going to see all the new vehicles that are available for you to look at, purchase, and buy. And in those vehicles, you're going to see, from the 700 vehicles we have to choose from, the different technologies that have made their way from concept to reality, like the 48-inch LED screens that span the entire dashboard now in vehicles. It's like driving a computer. I mean, that's a great thing about the show is you can look at all this great new technology that's made its way into the vehicles you can actually drive today.
To actually go and do this in one afternoon or however long you're going to be there to get access to all of that is great. And some people decide, and certain car companies will embrace, okay, we want this much technology, and that's what's that audience will want. They don't want to be distracted by too much, and then someone's going to want an IMAX screen, on the front of dash, and there are options there. Not exactly IMAX, but what is expected to be the big central star of the car show this year?
Well, the great thing is we're taking the big central star and we're spreading it out into multiple stars, really, because we have. For the first time since COVID, we're filling the entire convention center again. So all 700,000 square feet. We're moving our custom alley, which are customized dream cars, back downstairs. We're going to have the classic vehicles out in the Grand Hall like we always do with our Antique Auto Club of America and Delaware Valley Triumphs are filling that hall. That's another 30,000. Then you have the main floor at 550,000 square feet with over 27 manufacturers, the largest count we've had since COVID. We're adding Genesis back, Lincoln back. We have Polestar, Lucid, Volvo have all rejoined the show. And we're adding in a ton of features. We have a kids area where not only can you take a ride on what's the awesome Camp Jeep that everybody knows, right? There's then the Camp Jeep for the kids right next to it. And we have the first responders area. And we have,
nice.
We're spreading out. We're doing everything. We're doing Route 26, celebrating all things 2026 for Philadelphia this year. And we're doing Adventure Trail, which is kind of looking at the off-road segment with Subaru and a couple other manufacturers that obviously play very, very well into that Jeep. The Ineos, the ones you'd really expect to see over there, kind of showing what you can do when you go off the pavement.
So you mentioned Lucid, and their product line is expanding. The electric cars, correct?
Yeah, they're going to have the air and the gravity on our E-Track, so you'll actually be able to take a spin in those.
Very cool. And so you have, of course, there's always the famous, the pop culture cars. What's represented in that realm?
We have a lot of the different features that are taking place on the floor this year, and We're not bringing back the movie cars this year.
Ah, really?
Yeah, we don't have them this year.
Interesting.
It just didn't work out for us this year to bring that same group back. But again, there's just so much other stuff that's taking place on the floor this year that down in Custom Alley, you're going to see cars that have been inspired by movie cars before. There may even be one or two that pop up down there.
And I love the section that is like ultra high end. Just to walk around and take a look at these, last time I was there was like a McLaren and Rolls and all this stuff is represented as you would imagine in that area. But it's, they're talking many millions of dollars worth of automobiles.
Yeah, and that's the dream section, right? That's where you go to dream, get inspired, and McLaren and Lotus and have a Lamborghini or so in there. Plus in Custom Alley, you'll see them downstairs. Everything, and then we even have an old throwback. One of my favorite cars, the Acura NSX from the '90s. That was
I remember that.
Love that car. Love that vehicle. Just loved it, and it just stuff that you see and dream about that takes you back as well as brings you forward.
What about the hybrids this year?
Hybrids are huge. Hybrids are where it's at right now. So EVs, obviously, when everything changed in the fall about the regulations and everything with EVs, we still have 2 indoor EV tracks. So it's still a huge segment, growing segment, and we have 8 manufacturers sharing those 2 E-tracks. So you can come and learn about full EV, but if that's not your thing, there's also 2 PHEVs on the track, which are plug-in hybrids. And then after that, you have the regular hybrid, which doesn't require plugging in, which basically extends your gas range. I'm driving a hybrid now. I can get 32 miles to the gallon, and I get 515 miles when I fill up. So, I rarely see a gas station anymore, and it's great.
That's great.
Mike, I don't think I've ever asked this, but does any selling take place of vehicles at the auto show?
So we don't you can't transact the car on the floor. Right. You can certainly get ideas, lead with ideas. Today's consumer is so well versed by the time they come into a showroom or even the auto show because they're doing so much online and they're looking at what they want. But you can't replace the tangible feel of sitting and seeing a car.
Yeah.
And that's what's selling you at the show, right?
Yeah.
That's what's really happening. Now you can't transact it, but you can leave there and go to one of the local dealers and certainly buy it.
And without having to bounce from dealership to dealership, you can take a look at a whole bunch of them right there under the roof. And if you can't necessarily take a drive in it, you can narrow down your search quite a bit if you go to the auto show.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Like I said, we have 8 participants on the E-Track, so you can take a spin in those. Stellantis is actually doing an outdoor ride and drive, so you can take an actual street ride in a bunch of their vehicles. So, between that and then just looking at the everyday vehicles that are on the foot, you're going to have the new Telluride, the 2027 Telluride. We have all the North American cars of the year, the Charger, the Palisade, the Ford Maverick are all on the floor.
That's great.
The Hyundai Prelude, or Honda Prelude, if you remember that from the 70s through the 90s.
They're bringing that back?
They're bringing it back. It's back as a sporty little small car. It's, in a world full of SUVs, it's kind of a cool, smaller, sporty car with a great nameplate. It hasn't been around since 2001, I think, is the last time there was a Prelude. So
I love
awesome
that they
stuff.
do this.
I'm hoping to. It's probably going to be another 2 years or so, and I'll probably be ready for another car. And I'm excited to see where things go. I haven't been, and this is just a personal preference. I haven't been all that loving style-wise what I've been seeing in vehicles lately. It's an evolution. So there are trends that come and go from a boxier look to more angles to more curves from time to time. And I'm waiting for something new to come up. I don't know. Do you see anything on the horizon? Changes, trends.
You're not wrong. I hear that from a lot of people that everything just looks the same anymore. Yeah. But I think what you're going to see on the floor, like when we bring back manufacturers like Lincoln and Genesis, like those are cars that you pass on the road and you're not even sure what they are at the time. But you're going to rediscover at the show. It's a great place for them to be because average vehicle price is like $50,000 now. Well, these are luxury style vehicles that are not too much outside of that range for certain models, but they have the look and the feel and the luxury of everything
Genesis
you want.
kind of built that.
Totally.
They came out of nowhere, and then there'll be a lot of times where I'll pass and I go, oh, I thought it was like another higher end vehicle, and I've had 2 friends who have owned them and rave about them.
And
so
they're Hyundai's luxury line, right?
They are.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I went and test drove them when last time I was looking for a new car. I was impressed with them.
Oh, really? Okay,
I thought they were really, really well done. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we're super happy to have the luxury segment returning to the show. And these are ones that, like I said, they're not maybe top of mind brands, but man, I'm telling you, when you see them there, they're going to turn your head just like they did on the road, and you're going to be really impressed by them. So it's great to have them back.
Are tickets still available, I assume, for the black tie event or no?
Yeah, tickets are available for the black tie all the way up through the night. The black tie is it's such a great event. If you are a donator to anything child related, and you pass by this opportunity, you're just crazy because, I mean, it's the nursing department at the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia.
I've been lucky enough to go once or twice in the past years. It is a really fun time. Plus, you can literally get into any car without waiting.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it's just a limited amount of people,
great,
so you get full reign of the whole place. So it's a little bit of a hot tip, and you're helping out a charity.
No, I love it. And I know you come down to the show a lot. We appreciate it. And the charity, you know, again, going back to the Children's Hospital, I think we kind of take it for granted having one of the number one pediatric centers right here in our backyard, right? And when you look at supporting a local institution like that, when you buy your tickets to the black tie, you can write off some of it. So it's like you're donating, but you get a great night out of it. Food, bars, everywhere on the floor, lesser crowds,
Local
seeing all the
celebs.
cars. Local celebs, I'm sure, are going to pop up. I'm going to be there, Steve, man. So what else do you need? It's
That's all you
30
need.
years. Like, come on, man.
You go all the way back to 1904.
Yeah, right. But again, I mean, you're raising money for the nursing department. When you look at Children's Hospital, there are different departments people raise money for, personal things that take place. The nurses touch every department within Children's Hospital. There is nothing they don't do, and they help elevate the patients and the parents that need the information. And so we're supporting that group. It's
great.
Yeah, it's outstanding.
Is Clutch going to be there?
Clutch and Pedal.
And Pedal.
And
Who's
Pedal. Pedal is Clutch's date.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, well, you know, Clutch gets out there as the name. He's on the billboards. He's bringing in the ladies now.
There was that questionable owner, Preston Crankshaft.
Nice.
He's not going to be there.
What are the hours of the show each day?
Yeah, I would probably take up the entire run of the interview going through them all. But on weekends, we're opening at around 10 o'clock. On weekdays, around noon. And we close anywhere from 8 to 9 o'clock. So PhillyAutoShow.com, you're going to get all the information you need on the hours and everything else. All the vehicles are listed there that are going to be on the floor and everything else. And all the information about the black tie. If you have the opportunity to come on Friday, really highly encourage you to come.
Excellent. And Mike gives a bunch of tickets, so we'll be giving those away, which is pretty cool. So, yeah, it's time again for the Philly Auto Show. And it's so Friday is black tie only. That's the black tie tailgate. And then the show starts on Saturday.
Correct. Black tie only on Friday. Show opens on Saturday, runs through the following Sunday, February 8th. So January 31st through February 8th. I am not looking to stay downtown till the end of February.
Well, it's always a big hit. And this is a very exciting one since you said you're back to full force.
Yeah. People love seeing the entire building, and they enjoy it, and that's part of the visit. It's coming downtown, seeing Philadelphia, going to the Reading Terminal Market, make a day out of it. It's an affordable ticket, and you get 700,000 square feet with all those features I mentioned. It's really, and you're going to have cabin fever, and it's not going to snow next week. And I don't care what you say.
No, it's clear.
It is not. Nope, clearing up, pushing out, going to sea.
And you can take the train right there if you want to as well.
Yeah, train drops you right off at Market Street, so you don't even have to go outside. Take a couple escalators.
You encourage mass transit.
PhillyAutoShow.com to get the tickets. So congratulations on 30 years, Mike. That's cool.
I appreciate it. Thank you. You
no
as
problem.
well.
All right, appreciate that. He's the Gempp. He's our buddy. Yep. One more time, case I stepped all over. Yep. Mike Gempp, thank you, Philly Auto Show. And we hope you have a great event. We're going to go ahead and take a break as well. We're going to come back in a moment and stay close. And I promise you, I didn't do it in the last break, and I should have. With the Galentine's Day party we have coming up, we'll do some tickets for that, too, in a little bit. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Preston and Steve will air in November.
Excellent.
All right. And you know what? We'll talk.
He's part of the Pantheon.
We'll
now.
talk a little bit more about Jeopardy, but I think we need to play the game.
I think we do.
So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to move to the other side of the studio. Marissa has made a Jeopardy board, and I'll give you the rundown of how this is going to work out. But I got to make the move.
I'll describe you walking over. Preston's now walking past Casey. He's now rounding the corner. He's now behind me. He's now behind Kathy, and he's walking over to the other side of the room. And Marissa's bringing in the game board, which looks quite nice. And Preston is all plugged in.
I'm ready. Oh, I didn't turn my mic on.
Oh.
Casey,
All right.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
All right, there we go.
This
All
is
right.
just like being back in the studio.
And though the production value is
Sure.
exactly the same.
Exactly. If the studio was in a kindercare.
Case, if you could give me a little Jeopardy music, I will describe exactly how this is going to work. So we decided instead of doing the entire show where we would do 5 questions per category and 7 categories, we trimmed it down a little bit. So it's going to be 4 categories with 4 questions per category. The numbers are going to stay similar to that in that the easier ones will be 100, followed by 200, 300, and then 400, and so on. And we'll play the regular Jeopardy game. Now, I don't think we have any double Jeopardies on here. We forgot to do that. So it's just going to be straight trivia questions.
But that's the kind of game that we would do. We would forget to do certain things. However, can people, I assume people can watch us streaming live, right?
Yes, we are streaming live on YouTube if you'd like to check this out.
Our Jeopardy board is falling apart. If we could just get a piece of tape to put the...
We're just working on it.
All right, there we go.
So the way this is going to work, and the little bit different than the regular Jeopardy, Ryan, is that we don't have the ability to hold off on your buzzers until the question is completed. Normally, I believe that's the way it works on the show. Until the host finishes asking or delivering the answer, you're kind of blocked out from buzzing in, right?
Yeah, there's a light that pops up that I'm way too slow at.
You did just fine. I think you used, and correct me if I'm wrong, Ryan, you would jump in. So, and I've seen people do it. James Holzhauer did it, where he let the question, so confident in your ability, you jump in and then you hash it out after you have those few seconds to figure out the answer. Am I right on that?
Well, my reaction time is probably not quite as quick as James's, but yeah, more or less.
Yeah,
more or less.
It seemed to be a winning. Well, it certainly was a winning way to approach the game.
Yeah, it's sort of counterintuitive. My brain works just slow enough in those moments after I ring, and just fast enough that I have time to consider the answer.
All right. Well, the way this is going to work, I will start to read the clue, the answer, and if you go ahead and buzz in, if you buzz in before I'm finished, I'll just stop and not continue. Now you're going to be able to see it too because it's written on these cards right in front of us. So it's not quite Jeopardy level.
So smart. I didn't even know there was a buzzer.
There's a buzzer right there.
By the way, in the early...
the board is falling apart.
In the early stages of Jeopardy, it was not mandatory that you wait for Alex to finish the question. You remember that? Or the clue?
Well, yeah, I mean, but
they changed
I
it.
would listen to him talk anyway. Like, I feel bad ringing in on Alex Trebek.
Right.
Such a great voice.
Was Wink Martindale the host before?
Wink Martindale was the host initially, and then in the early stages, though, and when they sometimes show the best of episodes, it was actually annoying to have people buzz in before he had finished the clue.
Right.
And I think that's what mandated them doing this full, let me read it and then buzz in.
And he had that delivery. The answer is.
Right, yes.
Like that. All right, so we're going to do it a little bit differently. We'll do it our way. Let's try the buzzers out. Nick, if you wouldn't mind hitting that.
Hey!
Very good. And Ryan, could we hear your buzzer? All right. So when you hear that, you'll know who buzzes in. All right.
Preston, do you prefer to have thinking music underneath, or do you want to go dry like they do in
I think a little bit of music underneath kind of fills it out for radio more than television. Hannah Marissa is still taping together our board for us.
On Jeopardy, they play Gangnam Style under the...
This is not going to work. It's okay. Hang on. What is the... What? Oh, it's because of the bass on there.
What is adhesive?
Hang on. Here, I got yours.
Yeah, that's a good question though. Do we have to do it in the form of a question, Jeopardy style?
Yes,
We're
please.
doing Jeopardy style, man.
Yep. We got to do a Jeopardy style.
Go Jeopardy or go home.
Okay, so the categories. You ready to begin?
Yes.
The categories are, remember, there's 4: Round the World, Hooray for Hollywood, Stupid Answers, and For Those About to Rock.
Now, quick question.
Yeah.
Our scorekeeper will be...
I can do it. You can do it.
I thought Romano was going to do it.
Oh, Romano's going to do it. Yeah, yeah.
But do you want? I think I'm just going to do it on my computer. If I keep walking up in there, I'm going to get in the.
No, don't put it on there. Don't put it on there. Just
and
let
you
us
know
know
the
what
scoring process, right?
Yeah, they get penalized.
For incorrect answers.
Do you know how to add and subtract?
Wait. Hold on. Wait.
I was about to ask, are we going to get the calculator involved here? Or?
I am not. I don't watch Jeopardy. So if they get it wrong, they subtract that amount that they are.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
got it.
Yeah, we'll help you out along the way.
Okay.
All right.
This is why we did fewer answers here for this.
Because
All
we're
right.
idiots.
Hold on. Now Nick Murphy's moving. Dude.
So you can see the game board.
All right, we good to go?
Yeah, we're good.
All right, here we go. Since he's the birthday boy, we will allow Nick to get us started. So, Nick, what's it going to be?
All right, well, let's start with Round the World for 100, please.
All right, here we go. And the answer is Wyoming's largest lake. It lies right in the middle of a national...
Hey!
Nick McElwain.
What is Lake Yellowstone?
Yellowstone Lake. We'll give it to you. Yes. Yes. Okay, that's 100 points for Nick. All right, Nick, you get to choose again.
I'll take Round the World for 200, please.
All right, and the answer to that question, I shouldn't have trimmed my nails. I came to this off. At over 3,500,000 square miles, this desert covers an area larger than Australia.
Hey!
Nick.
What is the Sahara?
That is correct.
Yeah.
So far, 300 points for Nick, 0 for Ryan.
Picked a topic he is strong in, by the way.
Yeah, geography nerd here.
Yeah.
I'll do around the world for 300, please.
All right. Next answer is the number of states that touch the Pacific Ocean.
Hey!
Nick.
What is 5?
That is correct.
Wow.
You want to try and run the category?
Yeah, around the world for 400, please.
All right, here we go. Around the world for 400. All right. The smallest and shallowest of the world's 5 oceans is this one.
Hey!
Nick.
What is the Arctic?
That is correct. He ran the category.
Damn.
Kathy, what's the total so far?
1,000 points.
1,000
Good job,
points for
Kathy.
Nick. 0 for Ryan. Well done, Kathy Romano.
What an adder.
On the math. All right, Nick, next category.
All right, let's just keep going to the right. We'll do hooray for Hollywood for 100, please.
All right, and the answer is this PBS bird has a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Hey!
Nick.
Who is Big Bird?
That is correct.
Wow.
Wow. All right.
Ryan.
I think Ryan's being nice.
Coffee didn't kick in yet.
You're just tuning in. Ryan Long, 16-time Jeopardy champion, taking on Nick McElwain in Jeopardy for his birthday. Did you want to do 200?
yes, yeah.
I assume. Okay. I started.
Sometime Alex would pick a.
I'm going to override you on that and go with potent potables for 400.
Hooray for Hollywood. Here we go. Marilyn Monroe adored this jazz great and helped her get a booking at a Hollywood hotspot. Ryan.
Take a shot. Ella Fitzgerald.
That is correct.
In the form of a question. In the form of a question.
Go ahead.
Jeopardy
champ,
Go
Ryan
ahead.
Long.
My apologies. It's my Jeopardy champ privilege showing.
That is right. And by the way, in the first round, they were usually a little lenient with that.
Yes,
so-
they are. Now they get there are 2 rounds. What do you think? We're half-assed here, just because the board is falling apart. We left out double jeopardy.
Who is Ella Fitzgerald?
Very, very well done. Yes.
That's my reaction time's a little slow. I said.
All right. All right. So next category. Where would you like to go, Ryan?
Go on with Hollywood for 3.
All right. And the answer is she wrote Love to You All over her tiny bare footprints in 1935, and she was only 6 years old. Ryan.
Who is Shirley Temple?
That is correct. All right. What's the score so far, Kathy?
It is 1,100 to 500.
Yay for Kathy.
Yay, good job, Kathy. I'm her fact checker. Yeah, I got the same.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All right, Ryan, you get to choose again.
Hollywood for 4, please.
All right, we're going to close out the category, and here we go. Her father, Pat, created both the Today and Tonight shows as president of NBC. This is one of the tougher questions. Her father, Pat, created both the Today and Tonight shows as president
This dead air is going to make for great radio.
of NBC.
Yeah, I
If
mean,
they don't get it, I want to go for it.
we do get penalized for getting them wrong, so I'm not going to ring in on this one.
All right. Steve, what's the answer?
Sigourney Weaver?
That is correct.
Yeah, wow.
Nice.
All right, and Ryan, you still have the board.
Stupid answers for 1.
All right, we're going straight across here. All right, stupid answers. In 1981, this 9-letter word was added to the state flag of Wisconsin. Ryan, your answer, please.
What is Wisconsin?
That is correct. 100 points.
He cracked himself over that.
Next.
Stupid for 2.
All right, and
This is a topic we all excel at.
our answer is, it is the first verb in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Hey!
Nick.
What is pledge?
That is correct. Yes, 200 points for Nick. Nick, you have control of the board.
Let's go for those about to rock for 100, please.
All right, we're switching categories. Here is your answer. After hearing Elvis live in his hometown of Lubbock, Texas, he switched to singing rock and roll. Ryan, your answer?
Who is Buddy Holly?
That is correct. 100 points for
Ryan,
Ryan.
a big music fan. We know that.
Ryan, you now have control.
Let's go stupid answers for 3 and satisfy my OCD.
All right.
Yeah, I hate when they don't finish this.
We almost got it complete in order all the way across. All right, here we go. It is the one-word name of the Ben & Jerry's flavor described as vanilla ice cream with vanilla bean specks. Ryan, your answer?
What is vanilla?
That is correct. Yes, 300 points for Ryan.
I forgot the category for a second.
Stupid.
Mott the
answers.
Hoople?
Yeah. All right, Ryan, we're going 400 here?
Yes,
All
absolutely.
right, stupid answers for 400. Closing out the category. In 1452, Leonardo da Vinci was born near a small Tuscan hill town called this.
Hey!
Nick.
What is Florence?
That is incorrect. Ryan is buzzing in.
What is Vinci?
That is correct. Leonardo of Vinci. And he was.
I guess I'm just a little stupider than you, buddy.
Kathy, what's the score so far?
It is 900 to 1,400.
All right, so Nick has the lead right now. So where do we want to go in Those About to Rock?
For Those About to Rock for 4.
All right, 4. We're going to the bottom of the category. Ryan gets to choose. If you're just tuning in, Jeopardy champion Ryan Long facing off against Nick for his birthday. Here is the answer. At the concert for Bangladesh, George Harrison got this guitarist to chime in on While My Guitar Gently Weeps. We go to Nick.
Who is Eric Clapton?
That is correct. 400 points for Nick. Nick, you have control of the board.
For Those About to Rock for 300, please.
All right. Next answer is... This arena rock trio hit it big in the 70s with the Ayn Rand-inspired album 2112.
Hey!
Nick?
Who was Rush?
Better get that right.
And for 200, please.
All right, final category, and here we go. Final answer. This 90s band named themselves after the Seattle art installation.
Hey!
Nick.
3 WMMR.
All right, so real quick for the WMMammies, the whammies, if you will. Whammy! We have Rock Song of the Year, our category. I'm going to run down the songs you have to choose from. We didn't limit it either. We just threw everything up there we thought was cool. So 365 from Shinedown, Afterlife from Evanescence, Up from the Bottom from Linkin Park, Even If It Kills Me from Papa Roach, The End from Mammoth, Gods of Rock and Roll, that's Billy Morrison and Ozzy Osbourne, Darkness Always Wins from Hailstorm, I Will Not Break from Disturbed, and Sonata from Sublime, The Land of Milk and Honey from Bush, and then rounding out the category is Asking for a Friend from Foo Fighters. And you go to PrestonandSteve.com and you place a vote. And then we have 24 hours for that to take place, and then we'll give you a new category tomorrow, and then on Thursday, and then we'll find out Friday who all the winners are. So thank you for participating if you can. This is our answer to the Grammys because I think they have they've kind of brushed off a lot of the rock songs.
They do.
Yep. And they haven't really been keeping a close ear like we do here at WMMR on music. Marissa sent this to me the other day, and I didn't know if I was going to have if we're going to do a City Beat segment or not this week or not. So you don't have to. It's not. Okay. But Independence Blue Cross River Rink Winterfest is happening. They're going to have free skating on Saturday. And I mean 100% free, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., free admission and free skate rentals.
Full day?
Yeah, it's pretty cool, right? And they have complimentary birthday cake while supplies last.
Birthday cake?
Yes. I knew you would be excited about that.
Cake and skating?
Half off.
Well, I hate birthday cake. I can't skate.
Happy hour from 6 to 10 p.m. and a lineup of fun, festive surprises throughout the day. Now, it's going to be pretty cold on Saturday. High of only 23 degrees.
Seems fun.
So I have been out. I remember going out to River Rink with Kay when Caleb was like, I don't know, second, third grade or whatever, and it was brutally cold, man.
Did you have fun?
The river was frozen. Yeah, we had a good time. I mean, because they've got fire pits and all kinds of really cool stuff out there.
And birthday cake?
And indoor and birthday cake. No, and there's inside pavilions and it's a cool spot.
So at this point in my life, to me, the learning or trying to get up to any sort of level of ice skating,
Right.
I think I'm just going to let that shit pass.
You just let that go?
Yeah. It's
okay.
nothing I need.
I understand.
I love going to ice skating rinks and seeing people do their deal.
Yeah.
I look forward to it every year. I love going down there. I love skating around.
We've
And
seen
our
how good you
friends-
skate.
Yeah, right? At the Winter Classic. No, I went a couple weeks ago. I was skating in the pouring rain. I was so excited.
Oh, wow.
And like the first week it opened. And then our friends, Casey, who have the carnival rides that come to Cape Skelly's is out there with a big Ferris wheel and all sorts of different snack carts around there too. So you'll recognize some faces.
That's awesome.
So I love the culture. I love being down there, but ice skates hurt my feet and I can't skate. It sucks.
So you're not really that adept at it either?
No, I'm not bad at it, but just at some point, my feet always hurt in skates. But as I've gotten older, like I can do maybe one lap and then my feet are done.
Is there a quote unquote comfortable pair of skates that just by their very nature look uncomfortable?
The craziest part is I'm more comfortable in figure skates than I am in hockey skates. But hockey skates just look cooler.
Cooler.
You know?
And no toe pick.
Yeah, no pick.
Toe pick. You have like bad arches. And, Casey's got foot problems, so
gnarly hooves.
It's when they balance on that one blade, because I went roller skating a couple of years ago and roller skates were totally fine. So
you know what always happens to me? Ice skates. I don't think it happens on roller skates though. I'm just naturally comfortable in roller skates. No, ice skates and like snow boots and for snowboards and skis. My big toe on my left foot goes numb.
Really?
Yes.
After being sore, or just goes numb?
It just goes numb. I mean,
hell?
like circulation is slightly cut off from it, and it's
how long until
always happen. Half hour, something like that, and then it kicks in, and then I got to take the boot off and let my circulation come back around. Sucks, man.
Well, I have a bonus for all of you guys. In the area in the tent where you rent skates, where they give you your skates, there's also a full arcade.
Oh,
so you
cool.
just go there and play games.
Yeah, and you have cocktails and they have food and all kinds of cool stuff.
And birthday cake.
But that's free. That is totally free on Saturday, all day, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. So, and speaking of, I'd mentioned that Caleb and I went one year and there was ice out on the river. We were coming across this past weekend. I told you we went up to New York and we were coming back from Hamilton, and we went across the bridge in Trenton. And I mean, the river frozen, dude.
It's wild, right?
Pretty wild to see that.
It is amazing.
I don't get down to that area in the winter that often, right down by the Delaware River. But it always blows me away when that thing is frozen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember, when we were at in Conshohocken at Y100 along River Road, there was a time, and you could go out and throw like rocks and try to get them. Obviously, you weren't going to clear the river, but it would come pretty damn close if you had enough velocity.
But it would just run right on the ice all the way over to the other side, which is pretty wild. Yeah, I had a chance one time years and years ago to ride with the group of Coast Guard crew that is right there on Penn's Landing. The boat was called the Cleat.
Yep.
C-L-E-A-T.
The Cleatorus.
And I don't know if it was the Cleatorus, but it's an icebreaker. That's what they do.
Those guys were really cool.
Yeah, they were super cool. Did you go with me
I
on
did,
that?
yeah.
Oh, awesome. I ran into one of those guys not that long ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I forgot where I was, but he reminded me who he was. But they would use that boat to go and it goes up on top of the ice and smashes it down and breaks it up so that those barges and stuff can come through. So, I guess they're working big time right now.
They would have to for the shipping lanes.
Speaking of getting around in cold conditions, with the delays at the airport, I saw this article, and we're going to get to the bizarre file in just a moment, but I saw this article about what you have as a protection if your flight is canceled because of things like that.
A lot of people are asking that question right now.
Yep.
Yeah, so if a flight is canceled and you decide not to travel, airlines are legally required to issue a full refund for you, even on non-refundable tickets, plus any unused bag fees or seat upgrades. Most carriers will rebook you for free seats if they're available. If they're not required to put you on another. They're not required to put you on another airline, and they don't have to cover hotel or meals when weather is a cause, unfortunately. But the smartest move is checking airline travel alerts early, confirming flight status before you head to the airport, being ready to rebook online through less crowded customer service channels. There's a gal that I follow. I don't see her videos pop up that often. She's not fully in my algorithm, even though I follow her on Instagram. And she is one of these travel experts that can tell you what your rights are. And I saw a video from her not that long ago about what happens when the flight's oversold.
Right.
And they start asking people,
Yes.
or at some point, they tell you that you cannot go because for whatever reason
No one stepped up.
No one has stepped up, and unfortunately, you're just out of there about what you are entitled to if that happens. And if you don't follow up on it, they don't give you what you're entitled to. And essentially, they got to give you a pretty good amount of money if they're saying you can't fly on this
Do you
flight.
remember offhand what it was in general?
No, I don't, but I remember it being comparable and actually even greater than the ticket that you paid for, which it should be because it's inconveniencing
completely
you.
inconveniencing you.
But what you do is
And
you have to look at the airline's terms, which you can find online, and she tells you, here, you need to go to this part of the website, and it'll give you that. And then if you spout that right back to the gate agent, then they're gonna do what they need to do.
So if you're prepared, you're going to be in a better situation.
Yeah.
It's my understanding that you think a lot of times it has to be transacted. You have to be refunded right then and there if you decide.
right there on site?
That's my understanding.
Is that they what?
So if they cancel a flight or for some reason they're not able to complete your trip, and you decide, no, I'm not going to take the backup flight, that they have to refund you right then and there.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that is. It seems that's what I heard. I don't know.
Now with the app, it's a little bit different. Well, not different, but it's updated.
Right.
In that the last time I had a cancellation, before I could even reschedule the flight, it had just told me I was canceled.
Oh.
Yeah. It gave me options, and maybe it gave me like 6 hours to choose one of the options. I ended up flying a different airline.
Right.
And but since I didn't choose one of the other flights, it just canceled it and told me I was canceled. And
Wow.
refunded.
Marissa found the girl that I follow, Erica Kohlberg. She has 5.4 million followers
Yeah.
on
A lot of travelers.
Instagram.
Yeah.
And it's worth checking out. But yeah, so apparently if they do you've been bumped from this flight thing, they got to pay you, but you have to ask for it.
Yeah.
You know,
they're
so
not going to
it's-
volunteer.
You need to give them the information. She has 8.9 followers on 8.9 million followers on TikTok too. So very, very popular. Worth checking into, especially the weather, if things look funky. So it just adds up on
Do you
that.
travel with a flight attendant costume? Just in case?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you know what's embarrassing
What?
is sometimes it's the wrong airline.
Yeah.
And I come up and I'm wearing a Southwest airline
Right.
on an American flight. Oh,
It's
boy, do I beg on
embarrassing.
my
Yeah,
flight.
yeah.
Wouldn't that be great, though, if you did show up dressed as a competing airline?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's respect between the industry. I did
Sure.
see a hack about like buying gift cards and handing them out
I've heard that where you
to
can
the staff.
you can sort of
Like bribe them
yeah.
in one way. I wonder if that like really works or if people actually do that.
We had a guy, Peter Greenberg, I think his name was. He was like the NBC guy, the travel guy, and he would often say if you had any sort of thing that you could sort of have a gift potential to give
Yes.
it to the person behind the counter, or just like at the time we were talking to him, it's like CDs or whatever.
Yeah, I remember them saying that was a lot of times for people who take regular flights,
Yeah.
like you would when you were going back to Colorado regularly. You may have encountered the same people at the gate from time to time, and if you schmooze them, they're going to remember you, give you preferred status, bump up, if you can bump on Frontier. I don't know.
Yeah, for that woman who bumped me off the Frontier flight.
Here, here's
I
200,
should've smooshed
here's
her.
200 tickets to the auto show.
Thanks, Mike.
All right. Anyway, just a heads up if you have travel plans. It is time now for the Bizarre.
WMMR presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
And no, I don't know why I changed my voice like that. I just decided to at the last second. All right, so nothing ruins elementary school athletics like parents who can't keep their crap together. In Kentucky, a basketball game between Carr Creek Elementary and Alameda Elementary was called early after a fist fight broke out on the court. Coaches and officials were quick to step in and break it up until the fight spread out amongst the adults. One man by the name of Ryan appeared to get the worst of it when he charged and was eventually tased by law enforcement at an elementary school basketball game. A reaction from an announcer in the video of the incident makes it seem like it wasn't Ryan's first involvement in an incident like this as well.
He got tased.
I think these go in. We've had a spate of these lately.
Yes.
I've had in the past month or two, I've had a bunch of these popping up. So they come in waves. All right. A dead aloe plant, an old wedding dress that symbolizes a failed marriage, and a rejection letter from a job application are all exhibits that are part of a display of personal failure at a Vancouver mall. I love this idea.
Right.
Evan Collins, curator of the Museum of Personal Failure, started putting up posters online last year, inviting people to submit items representing their failures as a way to cope with being heartbroken after 2 of his relationships ended. People submitted all kinds of items, Collins said, which were enough to host an exhibition. He said, I don't know how they all would be described. They would all describe the experience of submitting or what their reasons would be, but it's been cool. I found it quite moving to have so many people assemble to make an art project together. Each item is paired with a written explanation from the submitter explaining why it signifies a personal failure. One exhibitor submitted a long chain of printed job applications taped vertically down a wall with a write-up reading, "Sitting naked in my bedroom, just finished my 73rd application of the day. I hope I get struck by lightning." Another exhibitor submitted broken tie rod ends from a modified 2000 Toyota Altezza, a vehicle produced for the Japanese market. And the woman who submitted the wedding dress said back in the day you would save your dress thinking you'd have a child who would use it, so you paid a lot to a dry cleaner and put it in a fancy box and all this stuff. And she said, she sat on the floor, opened the box from the dry cleaner, and found the dress was totally different from how she had pictured it. And of course, her marriage was failed, so that represents the failure for her.
I think in a way it might be therapeutic to see other people going through crap.
Yeah.
And think, you know what? We're all in this together.
Yeah, they found that everyone was extremely proud to share their failures. The Museum of Personal Failure exhibition will run until February 3rd at Kingsgate Mall in Vancouver, allowing people to have space to explore failures and hopefully find some hope.
We should put up our used sex dolls from the Vag Project.
That's a string
Vag
of
Project,
failures.
steady stream of failures.
Yeah. All right, so when they moved in about 13 years ago, there was plush green lawn out in the front of the house, and nowadays the grass is so high that neighbors fear that it could be harboring snakes. A guy named Jarno Kuhn, his unkempt front yard has been named the world's ugliest lawn of 2025.
I'm damn proud of it.
Judges in the global competition describe Kuhn's work as like kids' hair after a lice treatment gone horribly wrong. So how did he achieve such imperfection? He said, I leave it to nature. I never watered it. The world's ugliest lawn competition, which began in the Swedish island of Gotland, has as a stunt to promote water conservation, is now in its 3rd year so far. And the Southern Hemisphere is dominated with pockmarked and parched displays in Tasmania and New Zealand. This one was in Australia, by the way. The tangle of native grasses, weeds, and scatter of small trees outside of Kuhn's home is dry in patches and green in others. It looks, as one of the judges commented, as if they obviously had not spent any money on it. So it's surprising to learn that the guy responsible for this, and this is why I put it in the bizarre file, is a professional groundskeeper.
Oh, wow.
Kuhn spends his days as a property manager tending to 1,100 acres of bush surrounding the independent Candlebark and Alice Miller School. So he says it's a great idea that this is happening for water conservation, but conservation of resources in general and living with nature. But it's what he does for a living, and his yard looks horrible.
Bombed out mess.
Yep. All right, we'll do one more story, and then we will wrap this up. Let us end with this one. It seems like this gal is asking for trouble. A 24-year-old woman from Thailand has gone viral for openly dating twin brothers at the same time.
Oh, man.
Nong Fa says that she met the brothers, Sing and Sway,
Cool names.
while working as a waitress at a restaurant near her school. She started chatting with both of them, developed feelings for each, and the three eventually moved in together. The twins work in agriculture. She helps them manage their financing.
So they're a throuple.
Yeah, I guess so. But they're brothers, which is...
That makes it extra sexy.
So hot. Fa says the brothers never argue or get jealous, and the families have come to accept the relationship.
Fa?
That's Shaw. And that is what I have in the bizarre file for you. All right, I promised it. I'm going to deliver on that promise. We have a Galentine's Day party coming up, and it's a sorority bash. We are headed to Parks Casino. It's going to be on February 12th. 21 and older, ladies only, free happy hour buffet, complimentary first drink, and Bingo! Yes.
That's a bingo.
We're playing bingo at the party, which means we'll have prizes to
I
give
don't
away.
know why I'm so excited for bingo.
I am too.
It's the game that all the ladies want to play.
So let's take callers 10 and 11 at 610-660-9333, and you will officially be on our list. And you will be able to join us. And if you haven't been and you're not a member of the sorority yet, we will make you one that night. I guarantee you that. And I guarantee also we're going to have a damn good time. So 610-660-9333 for February 12th. Join us at Parks Casino for this event. We'll be right back. That is correct. Wow. All right, at the end of round one, Kathy, what's the score?
Nick is leading with 1,800, Ryan with 1,400.
All right. Okay. Narrowed it down a little bit, but we're close. So we move on to Double Jeopardy now.
Where the scores can really change.
That is correct. In fact, they double. And I got to make sure, Nick Murphy, I move this into the proper location.
Yes.
Is that good? All right. He says it looks good.
He
All right.
also says to wet your lips and seduce the camera.
Now, normally we go over and we interview the contestants at this point. Actually, it's during the break. During the break of first. So, Nick McElwain, you have a very large head.
Yes, I do.
Tell us about that.
Was that painful for your mother?
Yeah. In fact, Steve, she ended up having 3 straight C-sections as a result, and
we share that kind of in common. My mother was in a very long birth because apparently my head got stuck. So
you know what? I'll say I'll say hi to my mom. It's her half birthday today. But she's the reason I started watching Jeopardy in the first place. So Ryan, in a weird twist of fate, maybe part of the reason why you're here today is because of my mom, and I love Betsy dearly, and she's a huge Jeopardy fan and a huge fan of yours, Ryan. So shout out to Betsy.
That's pretty cool.
Shout out to Betsy.
All right. Ryan Long, you're from Bucks County, Pennsylvania?
Well, I grew up there part of the way, but yeah, pretty much.
All right. Where do you call home now?
I live in Mount Airy.
In Mount Airy. All right. And
you're my neighbor.
Yeah, I sure am.
Should come over.
See how I hesitated, but politely, though?
Yeah, no, I would too. I would never go near my house.
Real quick, tell us about your, Nick went and auditioned for Jeopardy. Tell us about the steps that you went through to eventually make it on the show.
Oh, well, yeah, I auditioned, and this is, I guess, are they doing it in person now?
You start online, the online process, and it used to be different than it is now.
Yeah, no. Well, I took the online, and then I did a Zoom interview, and then I just, sat on my ass for a year and a half.
A year and a half?
Year and a half?
So when
about 14 months. Yeah.
It was wild for a bit, Ryan, because the only pool of contestants they were pulling from were in the Los Angeles area, where we're right there. During COVID, they weren't bringing people or making people travel, and now it's opened up again. And you very often now find people from Philadelphia in this area on Jeopardy.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess we are very good at hiding our smarts. So.
I think there's a lady on Monday that's from Philly as well.
Yes.
I think I saw something on Action News last night or the day before. So we're going to have another Philly contestant representing Philly on Jeopardy next week.
Nice.
All right, well,
By the way, Preston, you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
You're doing an excellent job, and Kathy, as scorekeeper, is doing a phenomenal job as well.
Thank you.
She is.
And Casey, as fact checker to the scorekeeper, is doing a great job.
I think we stayed away from any pronunciations where I might need to use a dialect, which is always one of Alex's great skills. When he would pronounce something, no matter what language or what dialect it was, he would make sure that he rolled his R's when it was necessary and so on.
You'll just sound like Borat.
I will. Let's begin.
To watch the ladies make water.
All right, so let's get started. Casey, give me some music here as we head into round number 2. Give me like the Jeopardy theme.
Oh,
Something a little more
oh,
upbeat.
yeah,
Because we're going to. All right, so the categories for round 2 are. Thank you. I know. Worked really hard on that. Cinespeak, Do a 180, All in Our Heads and Textbooks, and Fuzzy Friends.
Fuzzy Friend.
Those are the categories. All right, so the way it usually works is whoever leads has control of the board, I believe.
No,
whoever's losing has control of the board, I believe. Ryan, you get to
He
be
gets to spin the wheel.
All right, Ryan, where are we going to go?
Jesus. For Fuzzy Friends for 400.
Fuzzy Friends for 400. All right, now we're taking a different approach. We're going to bounce around the board a little bit here. All right, so the answer is, when faced with danger, certain ducks, snakes, and mammals do this, also called thanatosis. Ryan, what's the answer?
What is playing dead?
That is correct. So 400 points for Ryan. Next, please.
All in our heads and textbooks for 2, please.
All right. And that answer is an infant might exhibit this type of anxiety when they are taken away from someone to whom they have a strong attachment. An infant might exhibit this type of anxiety when taken away from someone to whom... Yes, Nick.
What is separation anxiety?
That is correct.
Nice.
200 points for Nick. All right, Nick, you have control of the board.
Let's do Fuzzy Friends for 2, please.
All right, and that answer is the two-toed one of these can live... Nick?
What is the sloth?
That is correct. All right, next category.
Fuzzy Friends for 6, please.
All right, and our answer for that one is... It's the world's largest burrowing animal and can make a destructive tunnel complex 650 feet long, so farmers don't find it as cute. All right, Nick?
What is a prairie dog?
That is incorrect. So farmers don't find it as cute as zoogoers might find it. It's the world's largest burrowing animal and can make a destructive tunnel complex 650 feet long. Ryan, any answer?
I'm sorry I made you wait for me not to answer.
Okay. The answer is, a wombat. They usually give the answers.
Yeah.
A wombat. All right.
Yeah, he does give the answer.
Nick, next category.
Well, finish out the category, Fuzzy Friends for 8.
All right, and that answer is...
You're so excited.
It's a birthday wish come true.
The arrival of foxes in Western Australia in the 1920s was bad news for the quokka, a type of this kangaroo relative. Ryan.
Ooh, what is a wallaby?
That is correct. 800 points. By the way, the points are doubled here. All right, Ryan, you have control of the board. Where are we going to go?
Doing 180 for 4, please.
All right, and that answer is... This position is the last line of defense in rugby. In the NFL, it's the offensive role of Larry, oh my God, I can't pronounce his name, Larry Csonka and Moose Johnson.
Larry Csonka.
Csonka, spell with a C?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what I did.
Guy's stupid.
This position is the last line of defense in rugby, but in the NFL, it's the offensive role of Larry Csonka and Moose Johnson. Ryan.
What is a tackle?
That is incorrect. Nick, do you want to take a shot at it?
No.
Okay.
Oh, it's a fullback.
The fullback.
How much was that, by the way?
400. All right, so no answer. Or wait, yes, incorrect answer, right?
Right.
Yeah.
All right, Nick, where are we going to go?
Do I go or didn't Ryan get the last one right?
He did.
No, I got it wrong.
Well, no, you got the last one right, but you also got the last one wrong.
Yes.
He had control of the board last?
Yes.
Okay, Ryan, where would you like to go?
Doing 180 for 6.
All right, and that answer is...
So ashamed I got that wrong.
Like a score in U.S. football, a goal kick, a reminder of rugby's soccer origins, is worth this many points. Ryan.
A goal kick?
Yes.
Like a field goal? Or just a point after time?
I'll read it for you again. Like a score in U.S. football, a goal kick, a reminder of rugby's soccer origins, is worth this many points. So it's in rugby.
3? What is
that?
3?
Is correct. Yes. Yep. What is 3? Yes.
Even when he sheepishly gives the answer, he's right.
A funky word one. Kathy, what's the score so far?
Ryan is leading with 3,000 points. Nick has only 1,400.
What? What happens in Double Jeopardy? All right, Ryan.
Where the points can really change.
Hold on, Casey has different scores.
I thought Nick had 1,600.
It's like my math
Because
my math is bad, but not that bad.
He lost 600 points when he had 2,200.
No, he only had 2,100.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Let's go, Ryan.
You can feel confident.
That's 15, not 14.
Yeah.
That's 15, not 14.
Let's just meet in the middle. We'll give him
I believe you scored 3.
Listen, I think I'm correct. If we want,
I think you scored 3 touchdowns and I had 7 home runs. Is that the math we're working with here?
That's it. Absolutely. Well, you can be confident in the results of this match.
All right, we're sticking with Kathy's numbers.
Yes, we are.
All right, Ryan, what's next?
Do a 180 for 8.
All right, and that answer is... The Timbers represent this city in Major League Soccer.
Hey.
Nick.
What is Portland?
That is correct for 800 points. If you're just tuning in, we have Nick on his birthday facing off in Jeopardy against 16-time champion Ryan Long. All right, Nick.
Let's do Cinespeak for 8.
All right, Cinespeak for 8. 2008. I know who I am. I'm a dude playing a dude. Ryan?
What is Tropic Thunder?
Yes, well done. 800 points.
Great
All right,
scene.
Ryan, where would you like to go
I was
next?
saving the movie category for him, dude. Let's finish off. Do a 180 for 2, please.
All right, doing a 180 for 2. And the answer is, this 5-letter word means an extended exchange of strokes before a point in tennis.
Hey.
Nick.
What is a serve?
That is incorrect. This 5-letter word means an extended exchange of strokes before a point in tennis.
No.
No
Can I
answer.
No.
It is, Nick, Steve, you want to answer that?
A rally?
A rally is correct. Well done. Yes. So 200 points for Steve.
Thank you, Ken.
By the way, Steve has like 600 points by now.
If I lose to Steve in this game.
Do you know what the problem is?
93.3 WMMR, getting Alex Neal and a little bit of Tom Sawyer for this morning. 7 minutes after 10, here we are, Tuesday morning, cold as can be, and continuing that way for a little while. High at any point in time this week, the warmest we're going to get is 25 degrees. 24, 25, but it's going to be like between 20 and 25 degrees daily. I know, man.
And a couple of minus.
Yeah, it's going to be very, very frigid early, but that's as high as it gets, low 20s. We're going to take, but we do have sunshine next few days, so at least we have that. All right. We're going to take a final look at traffic. No, wait, we already did that. We did that. All right, we are now going to do the lesson question, and we have a pair of tickets to see 3 Days Grace. MMR is presenting the show February 27th at the Hard Rock, live at Edis Arena in Atlantic City. And the question that we will ask you is, if you fall out of a plane, you get to meet Paul McCartney. But who do you meet when you fall off a ladder? 610-660-9333. All right? If you fall out of a plane, you get to meet Paul McCartney. But who do you get to meet if you fall off a ladder? 610-660-9333. If you know the answer to that, call us right now.
The trash business is a gold mine. 93.3 WMMR with Preston and Steve's Hollywood Trash.
Brought to you this morning by Acme. If you're hungry in a hurry, Acme's flash grocery delivery or pickup gets you fresh groceries in 30 minutes or less. Fast, fresh, right to your door. Acme, fresh foods, local flavors. Steve, what's happening this morning?
Well, Preston, beloved YouTube children's show host, Instagram as well, Miss Rachel. Well, she's in hot water over seeming to like a virulently anti-Semitic comment online. Miss Rachel says it was a complete accident and one that's made by almost every anti-Semite.
Hey.
Just days after being arrested for DUI, supposedly sober Lamar Odom, he was spotted in a bar at a Vegas strip club. Odom insisted he was not drinking and was instead freebasing horny goat weed.
Whoa.
Oh, my God.
And finally, Green Bay Packers offensive lineman Rasheed Walker has been arrested on gun charges after trying to bring a pistol and ammunition onto a flight. To make matters worse, Walker also had 5 ounces of shampoo. So that's your Hollywood Trash.
Okay, we are searching for the answer to this question. If you fall off a plane, you get to meet Paul McCartney, but who do you meet if you fall off of a ladder? We'll go to Lorraine and see if she knows. Hi, Lorraine. Morning to you.
Morning.
All right, Lorraine, if you fall off a ladder, who do you get to meet?
Ringo Starr.
Ringo. Hold on. And you got those tickets. We're going to set you up with a pair to see 3 Days Grace, Friday, February 27th, Hard Rock. Live at Edis Arena at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, Atlantic City. Tickets are on sale now at hardrock.com. Real quick before we go to music news, just want to acknowledge this text that we got. It said, hey guys, I wanted to send a message to say thank you. My mom passed away this morning.
Oh my God.
And somehow the Preston and Steve show still made me smile. So first and foremost, we are just, it's terrible to hear something like that happen to you. But we appreciate you letting us know that for a moment or two we could kind of numb things out a little bit for you.
It means the world to us, and so sorry for your loss.
Yep, but thanks for letting us know about that. We appreciate that. All right, music news. Want to get to it right now.
Now, Preston and Steve's Music News on 93.3 WMMR.
All right, we'll start with news about Ghost. Tobias Forge says that the band has nothing planned after wrapping up its current North American tour. In a new interview, Tobias said that the future is very open after 15 years of nonstop album cycles. He's currently recording something, but it's not a covers EP or a new Ghost album. So something completely different. Forge also defended the band's no phones policy at shows, saying that it was the exact right thing and that he never wants to go back to allowing fans to bring their phones into concerts ever again. Wow.
It's happening more and more.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I've been to a couple of performances where you have to hand your phone over.
Yep.
They put it in this bag thing. And fine by me. Whatever.
I was to a concert years ago where I had to go down into a basement, had to hold up a current newspaper, stripped naked, and I had gaffing tape put over my mouth.
Wow.
Actually, I never even saw a show that day.
That's weird.
No, I think I was kidnapped.
So lately I've told you guys I've been going to live performances, not concerts, but Broadway shows, musicals, things like that. And they are laser focused on you not taking out your phone.
Oh, God.
I mean, they are on it immediately. They have these super bright strobe lights. And if they see somebody doing, they turn it on like immediately.
Really? Yeah.
Oh, and it starts flashing. You're like, what's all the flashing lights? Oh my God, I had my phone out. You know, they crack down on it really
As it should be.
stringently. Yes, agreed. So the Ghost Skeletor runs through February 23rd in Los Angeles. Shinedown released the music video for Searchlight. The band first played this track during its Grand Ole Opry debut in Nashville last year. Andrew Donahoe shot the video in Nashville the day after that Opry performance. Brent Smith introduced the song by telling the crowd, sometimes when you listen close enough to the universe and you're willing to receive something from it, a song can come out of thin air. We didn't find this one, it found us. The video shows each member playing their own instruments. Steel pedal, guitar, and banjo appear throughout. Smith, Eric Bass, and Dave Bassett wrote the track as a team. Smith had said, Searchlight is a song about owning your true feelings. It's an awakening of the soul. Lyrically, it's a coming-of-age story that celebrates a moment you decide to go out in the world and find your purpose. Musically, it is an homage to all the music our parents and grandparents brought us up on. It's a love letter to Americana, rhythm and blues, bluegrass, outlaw country, and, of course, rock and roll. The creative process for the song was quite a journey, he said. The group will headline the Sonic Temple Festival in Ohio for the first time, May 15th. And Shinedown also announced its first ever curated festival event, Shinedown's Lunatic Beach Ball Weekend. And that's October 23rd to the 25th in Miramar Beach, Florida. The 3-day event features 2 headlining sets from the band as well as other acts. I thought this was kind of interesting. Bonnie Tyler's 1983 hit Total Eclipse of the Heart has just passed 1 billion streams on Spotify.
That's pretty amazing.
But she's made almost nothing from it. While her first single was Lost in France, her release of Total Eclipse of the Heart is largely seen as the song that changed the trajectory of her career forever. The original version is 8 minutes long.
Wow.
I never knew that.
Different. The original version was also titled Totally Ripped Apart.
Wow. I'm glad they changed it.
Yeah.
And more commercial success.
It seems more romantic this way.
So it was 8 minutes long, but a 4-minute version of the radio ruled the airwaves, spending 4 weeks at #1 in the United States. And Tyler apparently only found out the song passed 1 billion streams on Spotify after the company sent her a plaque to mark the achievement.
Here.
The song previously passed over 1.2 billion streams on YouTube. So.
Remember the video? It was kind of scary.
Yeah.
Everyone had like shards of glass glowing in their eyes.
Yeah, it was really weird.
It was a total seizure.
All right, and then finally, the Preston and Steve Show and WMMR are doing our own version of the Grammys because we feel that they have unjustly served the world of rock music for a number of years. So we now have created the WMMAMmies. It's the Everything That Rocks Award. And this is day number 2 voting. Yesterday we had Breakout Rock Artists. Today, day 2, Rock Song of the Year. We have a bunch of songs by the artists that are now at PrestonandSteve.com. You can go on and just click real quick on which one you think should receive the honor of a WMMAMmy.
Listen, the regular Grammys started this way. Just like, I just want to, but you know, somewhere lost the line. They lost the narrative. They lost what rock is about. And we're trying to fix that.
So you'll have until 7 o'clock tomorrow morning to place your vote for Rock Song of the Year. Then we'll do another category on Wednesday and another one on Thursday. Wrap up the voting on Friday, and we will tell you who the winners are. And there's no, real prize associated. We just wanted to try this out and see what you think.
Just $250,000.
That's all.
Yeah.
No, not that.
No.
So PrestonandSteve.com to do it. There you go. That's your music news. We are going to take a break. Come back, wrap up the show in just a moment. The letter of the day for the Word of the Week prize, Matt Court. So stay with us.
And I wanted to.
I know you want to say it out loud, right?
That would be awesome if 2 people are playing and you somehow come in 3rd place.
You know what? I want to ask you guys who do the same thing when you're watching Jeopardy on TV and you're saying the answers out loud. If you confidently know it, you just say the answer. But if I have to take a split second, I add the "what is a," you know what I mean?
Oh, you drag it out.
Or you go like this, Argentina. Argentina.
Yeah. All right. Let's see who's up. Who has control of the board here?
I guess that would be me.
All right, Ryan. Where do we want to go?
Hey, you know what? This would be my birthday gift to you. Go ahead. You choose one.
All
right, Nick.
Well, thanks, Ryan. Let's do Cinespeak for 6, please.
All right, Cinespeak for 6. And that answer is 1993. If the Pirates of the Caribbean breaks down, the pirate. Ryan?
What is Jurassic Park?
That is correct.
Yes.
The pirates don't eat the tourists.
Yes.
Is the finish of that line. All right, where to next, Ryan?
I have one. I'm going to deny myself. All in our heads and textbooks for 4.
All right. All in our heads and textbooks. The answer is submissive and pugnacious are synonyms for the 2 words in this type of behavior. Fine, whatever. Ryan.
What is passive aggressive?
That is correct. Yes, 400 points. All right, where next, Ryan?
Textbooks for 6, please.
All right, and that answer is the DSM-5 psychiatry text defines it as, quote, persistent difficulty discarding or parting with possessions. Ryan, the answer?
What is hoarding?
Yes, 600 points for Ryan.
You got to see Kathy's adding skills over here. They're amazing.
Yeah, really good.
All right, next, Ryan.
I think I saw an abacus.
Why the sundial, though?
What is an abacus?
What is
What you don't know?
It is
what is
an
abacus?
It is like gingivitis.
We'll go with that.
All right, Ryan, where would you like to go?
Textbooks for 8, please.
All right, closing out the category with the answer. In the operant kind of this learning process, desired behavior is rewarded. Ryan.
What is conditioning?
Yes, that is correct for 800 points.
Killing it in double.
We have 2 clues left. Where are we going to go? Cinespeak, what would you like?
Cinespeak for 2, please.
For 2. All right. And the answer is 1986. I feel the need. All right, Ryan.
What is Top Gun?
That is correct. The Need for Speed. And the final category, 400 points in Cinespeak, is 2013. Look at me. Look at me. I'm Nick.
What is Captain Phillips?
Yes, Nick got one. 400 points. Kathy, and we have no. Wait, do we have Final Jeopardy?
Oh, come on.
Yes, we do have Final Jeopardy. All right, what's the total so far?
All right, Ryan is leading 6,400 points, Nick with 2,400.
Hey. All right. If you would, please, we have our own Vanna White, Bill Weston, bringing over the Final Jeopardy category. And normally,
stop talking.
We give you the category,
right?
And then they have a moment to make the wagers.
Right. So the category, then right, exactly.
Oh, Nick will like this. Final Jeopardy category is National Historic Landmarks.
National Historic Landmarks, and you both have to make your wager.
Okay, so you make your wager now. Now, it's at this point, me and Casey and Nick have this little game that we do sometimes when the category will pop up. If we happen to be watching Jeopardy at the same time, we will text each other. And before we even hear the clue, we'll try to guess what the answer is. Just wildly, just on the base category
so
knowledge.
write down an answer.
Yeah.
You guys do it now.
Yep, we would write it down now. And on occasion, we've actually gotten them right.
Because, and again, sometimes, and the obviously the pros know this,
Well, the clue will give you an answer sometimes.
Yeah.
But just the category alone,
I wrote my answer
it's a
down.
wild guess. All right, Casey wrote down one just for fun. So
Wait, real quick. How many points do I have, Kath?
You have 2,400.
Okay.
And
you're
Ryan
saying
has
there's a
how many?
chance.
Ryan has 6,400.
6,400.
Right, got it?
Yeah, it depends on how greedy Ryan is feeling, you know? I mean, we'll
Remember
see.
Cliff Clavin on Cheers that
Yeah.
one time?
Yeah.
Who are three people who have never been in my kitchen and he bet the whole shebang?
All right. Have you guys made your wagers?
Yep.
All right. So let me now reveal this. All right, Casey, different music, please.
Yes.
Let's change this up a
Inagata
little bit.
Devita.
Yeah, please play Iron Butterflies, Inagata Devita. All right, so here we go. Final Jeopardy, and then you can hit the Jeopardy theme because that's how long it takes for them to fill this out. In National Historic Landmarks, landmarks in 2 states include the... What is this?
Oh, we're dead.
Landmarks in 2 states include the 155-year-old bridge connecting Covington, Kentucky to this city.
Larry Zonka.
Landmarks in 2 states include the 155-year-old bridge connecting Covington, Kentucky to this city. All right, write down your answers now. And this is when the camera pans across the contestants. Right now we're zooming in very close to Nick.
Nice,
And
Nick.
a little fade, a little dissolve to both of our contestants. All right.
All right, pens down.
Time is up.
All
right. So we go to, we started on the low end first, I believe, to see what Nick's answer is. Nick, landmarks in 2 states include the 155-year-old bridge connecting Covington, Kentucky to this city. Your answer is?
What is Cincinnati, Ohio?
Which is correct. And how much did you wager?
I bet it all, Alex.
You bet it all, Alex.
All right.
2,400. So, Kathy,
That
4,800.
would be 4,800.
All right, well done.
She's so good.
All right, now on to Jeopardy champion Ryan Long. Ryan, your answer? Happy birthday, Nick, and he bet 1,000. That meant he did not know the answer, and so he loses 1,000, Kathy.
And he is still our winner.
And we still are Jeopardy champion. Now 17 times, Ryan Long.
This is official. Yes, 17.
Yes.
17 times.
All right, now, we had a feeling something like this might happen.
So double Jeopardy?
No. But we whipped up a category, Nick, that you might do better than he has done in. So we're going to try you guys out on this final Jeopardy category.
And Ryan, you said you're a fan of the show and you've been listening.
yeah.
So this might favor Nick a little bit more, but you could have a shot at this.
All right, so Casey, if you would bring the music down. Our final fun category is 2 Nicks and a cup. Milestone moments from the broadcast life of Nick McElwain. So buzz in if you know the answer.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
It's actually, if you don't realize, it's actually skewed towards you, Nick.
Okay. All right, so
it'll favor you.
Gotcha.
It's the meteorological condition that caused Nick to exclaim, guess what I get to do?
Hey!
Nick McElwain.
What is snow?
That is correct, yes. So we'll do 200 points for Nick there. We'll double it each time. All right, next answer. It's Nick's incorrect explanation of why birds seem to tilt their heads towards the ground.
Hey!
Nick.
What is they're listening?
For?
Worms.
Yes, that's correct, yes.
For 400?
400 for that. All right, 600 for this one. It's Nick's deep dive that led to his belief that this Oscar-winning song was actually titled Shiloh. Ryan?
What is shallow?
Yes!
My man.
Ryan got 600 points.
Wait, hold on, because I gave those points to Nick already. Casey, what was Nick at? 5,400?
I don't know.
I think it was
no.
12,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just starting fresh.
All right, okay.
Whatever you want to do.
Starting all over again.
Just make it yen.
All right, I'm going to stop keeping count.
All right, now this is a tough one, okay? It is the core training contraption that made Nick an early pre-meme video star.
Hey!
All right, Nick.
What is a balancing roll?
Yes, a balance board.
Yeah.
Balancing roll. That's correct. That was at Black Diamond Sports.
Nick got up on it, and it's I wouldn't even ever have tried this, but got up and you not face planted, but hit the ground hard.
Close to it.
Yeah.
All right, this is a tough one. This is the final question. It is the nom de plume that Nick is listed as in Steve Morrison's iPhone contact list.
Hey!
Nick?
This is a good one, Ryan. What is Nick what the F?
Yes, that is correct.
I did not want to spell his name as I was putting it in, and I went with that.
All right, and we don't need to total up the score.
Nick's winning by about 1,000.
About 1,000. All right. Well, Nick, we thought this would be a nice birthday, and it was Marissa's idea.
Thank you, Marissa.
To do a Jeopardy run.
And thanks so much to Ryan for coming in. I mean, this, honestly, like if you're going to
MMR rocks. With Incubus Drive. 10:26 on the clock. Temperature's cold, of course, but we do have sunshine. We're going to have sunny skies the next couple of days. Which has got to help out a little bit, you would think, with some of the snow.
It definitely did. Yesterday, more of our side street was exposed because of the sun has to do something.
Yeah, there's radiating power of some
Sunness.
sort. Yeah, of sunness. That takes care of all that. But cold today, high of only like 23 degrees or so. But we had an enjoyable program today. Hope you were here for most of it or all of it. And I would like to thank our buddy Mike Gempp, who came by, who is now the president at Auto Dealers Association of Greater Philadelphia, and also the Philadelphia Auto Show. He's the dude that brings us all the info, and don't forget he's president at Auto Dealers Caring for Kids Foundation as well, which is a wonderful organization. So proceeds are raised for the event, especially with the Black Tie Tailgate Party, which is coming up on Friday at the Convention Center in Philadelphia, and tons of great vehicles and cool experiences. So nice to have Mike stopping by here this morning. And Matt Cord's raring to go now, I believe.
Raring to go. I was listening to you talk about the cursing segment earlier.
Oh, yeah.
We couldn't curse at all in our house.
Really?
My parents, I never heard my mom curse once. My dad said the S word once. I was like, whoa.
Wow. So he didn't curse much either, really?
They were no curse.
crazy.
And then we had these neighbors, and their mom was British, and so the kid, Chris Fremont, he would use the F word all the time. Yeah. But if he said bloody, he got his mouth washed out.
No kidding.
So I'd be going around my house, hey, bloody.
It's all relative, I guess.
Yeah, his mom would freak out.
That's wild that your parents did the non-cursing thing.
No
it's
cursing.
tough to pull off.
No. Yeah.
That's why when I see like TV shows and stuff with the teenagers mouthing off curse words, I'm like, man, that wasn't my experience.
Yeah.
Not at all.
No.
Whatever. All right, Matt, let's get the letter, bud.
Yes.
All right.
Preston and Steve on 93.3 WMMR.
Now, the Daily Letter.
And the Preston and Steve show brought to you today by the letter
T, as in Thompson twins.
One of my faves from the 80s. We got a pair of tickets, MMR Roxburgh Kreischer, along with an overnight stay, $200 food and beverage credit for his show Saturday, April 4th. That will be at Ovation Hall at Ocean Casino and Resort in Atlantic City. You can get your tickets today at theoceanac.com, and we'll give that away on Friday. What's shaking today?
You know whose birthday it is today? I forgot to tell him. Todd McCulloch.
Todd McCulloch.
No way!
Todd is 50 today.
Oh, boy.
Former Sixer,
Yeah.
Great guy.
He'll be in town this weekend, too.
No kidding.
They're saluting the 2001 team.
Yeah. Oh, that's
so they're all
cool.
coming back. Maybe I'll get him on Friday for
Yeah,
you.
love to talk to
I don't know what
Todd.
day he's coming in, but.
Such a great guy. We decorated him once as a Christmas tree.
Well, remember once he gave away a pinball machine on your show and delivered it to the listener's house?
Yeah.
From his own collection,
His
which
own
is
collection.
formidable.
Is he still in the Northwest?
Yeah, he still is on Bay Bridge Island.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, every time he goes out, Preston, he says people see Sasquatch, but he never sees it.
He's huge.
But
He's a
if he's
big
around,
fella.
I'll see if he can come by Friday morning.
That'd be nice, man.
We got blocks of Meatloaf today. Faith No More. There's two different ones right there.
Totally.
And Bush, and more tickets to the RBQ for Lame Ass Trivia. And Pierre's Vinyl Cut is Billy Joel, The Stranger.
Classic.
Something from The Stranger or The Stranger?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, the song is The Stranger.
I don't know. Moving
Bunch
Out.
of great songs on there,
Just
man.
the Way You Are. Did you see the documentary, Billy Joel?
Yeah.
Where
Loved
McCartney
it.
said he wish he would have wrote, I wish I would have wrote Just the Way You Are.
Yeah.
Maybe that one.
Yeah, and in fact, his wife at the time was like, you need to release that. He's like, nah, it's a wimpy song.
Yeah.
It's not going to. And a kaboom. It's huge.
Yeah.
All right, well, Matt's got you covered, gang. I want to thank our sponsors, Preston and Steve Show, brought to you today by Duncan. The Preston and Steve Show runs on Duncan. Also brought to you by Acme Markets, fresh foods, local flavors, and by Worldwide Stereo, turning dens into superboxes since 1979. WorldwideStereo.com. Tomorrow's a Wednesday. We'll do our weekly check-in with Fox Good Day. And very excited. We're always happy to have Derek Pitts on from the Franklin Institute. But the Artemis 2 rocket is launching next week. So we're going to chat with him well in advance of that and see what he has to say about it. So that's it. We're done. Rage on. Have a great day in the morning. And we'll see you tomorrow, friend. Bye-bye.
Preston and Steve on 93.3 WM.
Mm-hmm.